Lum. One of these days, you will choke on a piece of cheese. And you will know. I did that. I caused that to happen. Also, hello everyone. And you know, I used to feed my cat balls of cheese. I'd take a piece of cheese, ball it up in a little ball, and give it to the cat. And the cat would be like, oh my god, cheese. I know this is bad for me, but cheese. But he was very smart, very understanding. He was like a fat person who smells the McDonald's and is like, yes, I'll just smell it because I know I'll die if I eat it. The same the cat. He just ate one piece and then nothing more. He didn't want to die, but he did want cheese. Just like Lum.
My granny's cat really likes string cheese.
Service guarantees citizenship.
She would try to steal it from everyone. And she lived a nice long life too. She lived till about 21 years old.
Wasn't there one of these YouTuber people who recently killed their cat by feeding them just handfuls of shredded cheese recently?
What the fuck? I didn't hear about that. The only recent cat drama that I heard was which whore was it that gave her cat vodka?
Oh.
What?
Oh, I don't know about that one, but
I don't know any of these.
Me neither. I think the Hassan dog controversy covered it, so...
Oh, God, the Hassan dog. Yes, I love the Hassan dog.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Wait, hold on. Does it play on this channel too? Fuck,
Is that a Final Fantasy 14 player that I see on your screen, Arch?
No, what you're seeing on my screen now is
I have lost.
It's a very pathetic excuse for a male.
Well, yes, that's a man, but he's playing Final Fantasy 14.
God damn it. Hold on. This is very important. Ah, there we go.
Are you ready to run this?
I actually sent an email to
Metatron.
Metatron. I also sent an email to Metatron with a funny comment. He never brought me back. Unfortunate.
I love that animation so much. You can't see it, but I can play.
Yelling at me.
I can play the shock dog. I love the shock dog.
The memes about the situation are insane.
I cannot
It's so
stand
funny.
Hassan. I couldn't even before this. I hate him even more now because I work with charities aimed at animals, but the memes are fucking funny. I cannot deny it.
Yeah, the memes are good. The memes are genuinely rather good. I love the shock dog. But yes, right, shock dog aside. I guess this is part 2 of why content creators fucking suck today. As we have a response video of the most classical kind from Angry Australian, whose name, for some reason, my brain just fucking farted on there for a second.
Major kill?
It's
Probably.
your show.
And because there's been a lot of this last week. So, Legend of Total War. I don't know. Either of you familiar with Total War, like Warhammer Total War?
I am, yeah.
A little bit.
Maybe, yeah.
Are you ready to rut this yellow mare's
So,
fluttery buttery bun?
Total War Warhammer, big success, of course. They've put out like fucking $300 worth of DLC. Game's been out for fucking what, like 8-9 years now? Still broken, still game-breaking, campaign-breaking bugs, and CA just doesn't seem particularly interested in doing anything about it, right? Legend of Total War, much beloved YouTuber in the Total War sphere, who's been he's had a weird history. So he's been around for decades, I think. He's been around for absolute ages. He started in Creative Assembly's good graces, then was a little bit too vocal, then got kicked out of their creator stuff. He spent years complaining about that and how Creative Assembly didn't, want criticism. They brought him back into their good graces for a couple of years. He toned down the critique, towed the line, but clearly it got too much for him. And so he crashed out a little bit again, started cursing at CA, and now he's kind of announced that he's just retiring from YouTube and Total War because he's just sick of the way everything is going in Total War now.
Yeah, it is what is happening even in 40k. It is pretty much what happened to Janovic, so yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened to Janovic. It was like, fuck this. Why should I spend ages making quality content for this setting that fucking hates me? But he's been burning a lot of bridges. He's been burning a lot of bridges because he's clearly on the way out. And one of the bigger bridges he's been attacking now is Creative Assembly. And he said here, in a clip, and we'll just play this for a little bit. So he can put it in his own words.
And sometimes it can be frustrating, and I understand how this feels, to have something you love get attacked, especially when you're very close to Creative Assembly and they are getting attacked by someone. Like, let's be real, I've been attacking Creative Assembly a lot because I'm not fond of Creative Assembly. I've had extraordinarily bad experiences with them. The experience that I've had and the experience that Sotex had is completely different. Like, I'll give you a bit of information, like in terms of the key difference. Like, there was at one point a very secret, super secret early access, like beta branch that some creators were in. I've heard this from multiple different people. I don't want to mention who they are, so this is all conjecture, so take it with a pinch of salt. But I got enough evidence if I wanted to point out. I was not invited into this group. This group was paid to beta test the stuff, to specifically find.
Okay, so there's the big thing, right? There was a group of content creators, YouTubers, that were brought in by Creative Assembly and were paid by Creative Assembly, placed under contract by Creative Assembly to fix bugs. And the game is broken to this date. These people weren't paid to fix bugs. These people were hired to be paid marketing interns, basically.
It is pretty much the point of the culture of toxic positivity. They just hired people to promote the game and no critique was allowed.
Yeah, and like this is worse than toxic positivity because I can understand the idea of being like, okay, I just want to be positive. Like that's my theme on YouTube. I just want to be positive about the thing I like. Okay. We can discuss whether or not that is, clever for getting a good product, but okay. The problem is, we know that there are contracts with Games Workshop. We've seen the contracts for the animators. We know there are YouTubers under contract with them. And now we have another example. This has become industry standard, where a lot of these people are literally bought, paid for, and placed under contract with the company. And on the one hand, it's like, okay, you're free to seek employment wherever you want, but when you are making YouTube videos, it is an implicit promise that you are a neutral party, that you are some guy. You are not a marketing agency. You are not an employee of the company whose product you are covering. There's an implicit notion of neutrality there that is very clearly being misused by a lot of unscrupulous individuals.
Yeah, I think it should be a little more common to say when you are getting paid to promote something.
I think it should be mandatory,
Well,
not be common. Because if there is a difference between a neutral opinion on something that can speak freely and one done pretty much not only under contract but under compensation. You are pretty much being corrupted to say the game is good. It is no different than a politician being corrupted to advocate in the interest of a group that is not the people that elected it. Like in this case, if you are getting paid to review a game, fix a game, or talk about anything, at that point you have an implicit bias in talking about it in a good light. Because if you don't, you will be taken off your payment, you will be taken off the contract, or you might even face repercussions. It is pretty much selling your own soul for money. You will not be able to say what you think because the penance of doing that is you don't get paid.
Yes. And of course, Now, on YouTube, there are technically regulations for sponsorships, right?
Service
But
guarantee
a lot of this isn't a sponsorship. These are contractual agreements. So with the case of Games Workshop, the contracts that we have been told about basically include things like you will be given early access to some of our stuff. You'll be given premium access to, say, a set of models or lore books, etc. In Creative Assembly, it's been given access to closed beta builds or given access to exclusive trailers and so on. So these aren't sponsorships in the YouTube terms, but they are absolutely, as you say, any person who has any of this, who is even alleged to be part of this, their credibility is zero and should not be trusted. And unfortunately, it seems to have been a very widespread problem. And we don't know because, of course, all of the people who engage in this knows that if this comes out, they're going to look incredibly bad. And so they shut up. And they're also bound by NDA. So they can't say anything even if they wanted to. It's really fucking ass because the only real solution to this is basically to say that everyone needs to trust content creators less, that they need to view them as company shills up until the opposite has been proven, and that it ruins it for everybody else, you know?
I mean, it depends from what you're showing. Like, if you were a shill from the beginning for a company you like or for a game you like, generally, in that case, if you're a shill from the beginning, nobody will notice if you get paid to shill later for declining quality content because you were always like that. But in our case, in mine and Pio's case, if we become shills, people will start asking questions pretty much immediately because until now we have showed nothing to the people but complete and utter disregard for the feelings of Games Workshop, other YouTubers and stuff on such. So it really depends on how you build your image, because if you built it from the beginning as someone that talks positively even on something that is negative, nothing will change. If you instead are the opposite, you will destroy your own reputation by doing so.
Yeah, imagine me and Danny tomorrow. Yeah, Games Workshop is actually a really good company.
It's actually a really good company. Have you seen the female custodies retcon? Everything made sense in there. No bullshit at all. All lore compliant.
True. But there's also, again, just the YouTuber part of it, right? Because if you have somebody who has a lot of positivity on the channel, the assumption is simply that they're doing it because they're positive, right? That they're a good person. That's the assumption. Whereas in reality, it might be paid. And that's the thing. It's impossible to say. Like, if you find a new 40K channel and they're like, oh yes, GW does a lot of great things, look at me covering these things, you would assume that they're doing so out of a genuine like for the franchise, but you would assume Echo, as I click the kick tab again. But more and more now, it is becoming clear that that's not the case. And that's the problem, because YouTube as a platform is supposed to be the place where the neutral people are, non-company affiliated. And that is more and more proving to not be the case. And at that point, it is an image thing, as you say, if you've built up an image of yourself. But if you build that image to simply be, I don't know, a non-political content creator or abrasive content creator, right? How can you tell? How do you differentiate in essence, paid opinion to a non-paid one?
I think in that case, the consensus should come from how much validity your opinion can hold on something. Like just taking on what happened with the female custodies retcon, all the mainline YouTubers were like, oh no, they make sense, the lore is good, we have proved without doubt that they don't make sense, the lore is not good, their own stories are bullshit, and the more you read into it, the stupider it becomes. So at that point, you can pretty much see black and white who is saying the truth by showing you why he's saying it, with whom is just being paid to say, oh no, it's all good, it's good. It's good, and then they don't mention why, how, don't take a shot at anything. Like Jesus Christ, even in the Bricky video I showed, the one that is actually hidden, the one about the golden opinion, it was like, oh yeah, the one of the custodians actually has a very cool story talking of the Kaladesh Star of Alakesh. She's actually pretty badass, and then you go into the story and it is pretty much just imagine Rey Skywalker or Rey Palpatine but made into a fucking custodian. Nothing makes sense beginning to end. So yeah.
I guess
I have lost.
the need will be to basically make that a broader held opinion, I guess, to assume the worst in a way, which I'm not a fan of, because the entire point of YouTube was to just be, you online.
Are you ready to rut this yellow mare's
But
Yeah,
that-
now it
you
has
get
become extremely
monetized.
politicized.
You can't monetize genuine personalities anymore. What is this? 2010?
But I liked 2010. It annoys me. It annoys me, and this is very, very, very widespread. And we, of course, have a brilliant example of that, which will be our main topic for today.
I will invite you, Arch. I don't know if you will have doubts during this video and such. Generally, this entire response is completely and utterly laughable. Pio didn't see it in the beginning. I saw it when it came out. The response on Major Kill was so materially stupid, and it is still so materially stupid, that when I was telling about it to Pio, he was dumbfounded by how stupid it was. You will see, but in this entire video, he never disbands any of the points we have made. He skips stuff that he cannot justify or stuff that he wants to keep hidden. At one point, we even showed a re-upload made of his video against Wes Hammer, and he cut that out. I suspect it is because he doesn't want to know that video is still... He doesn't want his own public to know that video is still around, because it was pretty bad. But again, I'm just theorizing here. I don't know why he did it, but seeing Major Kill, I wouldn't be surprised. And if anything, in various parts, he has confirmed our points. We were saying some of the stuff we had on rational suppositions. He gave us proof we were right. It is incredible.
Yeah, with stuff we didn't even... with stuff we can't even have. He showed his graphs of the channel to confirm what we were saying.
Yeah, he showed it pretty much. Oh yeah, no, he's saying falsehood, and then he shows it, and it is actually confirming that we were right.
I would not be surprised. I have not pre-watched this because if somebody does something, and I think that they're going to be dangerous, or they might say something that I wouldn't know how to deal with, something that I hadn't thought of, then I'll pre-watch it because I don't want to look like an idiot on the internet. Major Kill. Not so much. But first, also, I do have to do my own major shilling, as we are. We are a monetized YouTube channel, and there are Superchats. Oh, God. Okay, so I saw... Okay, this is not going to narrow things down much, but ratty-haired YouTuber... Long-haired YouTuber.
Lums Battle.
No, not big, large, not 40k.
Oh.
Charlie?
Penguin Zoo?
Thank you for giving me the most fucking basic ass name in history, Lum.
Well,
Charlie.
Just
Is
Charlie.
his name Charlie, though?
Is his name Charlie?
Yeah.
Fuck,
I mean,
Lum, I don't know.
It's Charlie.
I mean, it's called the Charlie
Are you
Moist
ready to
Critical
rut this
Penguinzo.
yellow mare's blood?
Thank you.
God.
See, Pio, Moist Critical, that was the one. It's like, fucking Lum. Charlie. Bob
Everyone knows
would no.
Charlie.
There is a slightly worse response, and it would just be like, Bob. Do you mean Bob? Bill? Anyways, he put up a video where he basically said like he's turning off monetization and donations, etc. And you know what? Fucking, I wish I could. I wish I was in that good of a position, because the entire idea of monetization. Now, here we have an audience basically of adults, everyone around here. The average age of my channel is probably well into the 30s, etc. But there are a lot of channels, e-thought channels in particular, which literally prey on people to try and go past their means, which I absolutely hate. Like, the entire donation system is one that, in theory, I wish we could be without. But with YouTube being the way it is, with ad revenue, etc., this is the best way to finance a community, to finance games, to finance custom art, etc., and do things that are fun for everybody. But I wish we could all just be like that and go like, no, I earn enough of ad revenue. We don't need to do any of this. God, that would be nice.
It is mainly a problem that relies on greed. Like if you have made it big, like Charlie or like even Major, because he's a multimillionaire. There is no hiding that. I even have, if you guys want, I have clips from an interview where he pretty much confirms that the only reason he still does YouTube is because the YouTube for him is pretty much free advertising. So it's words, not mine. Like generally, if you arrive at that point, monetization is not really an issue anymore. At that point, if you have generational wealth, just do it for the fucking passion. It should be normalcy, but some people are just too fucking greedy.
Well, I mean, yes, I agree. But God, I wish it was that you could just do it.
I have lost
for shits and giggles, because I would still do it. Because I started doing YouTube because I was so excited about Total War that I wanted to talk about it. You know, all we need to do is just kill 99% of YouTubers, okay? That way the ad revenue will be way higher.
Well, yeah, it will be less spread around, so...
Yeah. Everyone has a 1% chance to survive. It's very equal that way. Anyways, before I continue waffling on about things, Ornu donated $100, and I should have said that immediately. But then I forgot about it because I thought about it. And if I think about something, I believe I've already done that thing. I'm thinking of some way to blame this on Lum, but I'm for once coming up short.
Service guarantees citizenship.
When it comes to Major Kill, he's a multimillionaire. Even if you go and look at the graphs of even just the revenue of his YouTube channel, not counting Patreon, his companies, the minis he sells and such, the estimate is between $100,000 and $800,000 a year. So yeah, he has been doing this for how much? A decade? Maybe a bit less? And that's just YouTube. I don't know about the money of the rest of his companies, but he pretty much said that with all he does is good.
Onu says, I'm rewatching the Badab series again. I'm struck by the number of commentators that can't understand that Malkador made the Administratum to combat moronic middlemanagers like Huron, that thinks he just invented the wheel and she should be put in charge because of it. Listen, Huron did nothing wrong. He just wanted to protect the Imperium by building a legion. So what if he went a little bit mad with it? Happens. Although, you know, I will actually unironically defend Huron's position, because listen here. He was put opposite the largest bureaucracy ever created, okay? That would drive anyone thoroughly insane. Silencio Steve, for 100 new Zucky Buckies. What if Prime Archley, loyally or traitorly, or else put to more horror games, if that's a definite no on that, what if Primarch series?
Are you ready to rut this yellow mare's fluttery?
That was a bunch of words.
That was a bunch of words.
What?
Interrupted by Lum asking if you're ready to butter her butt. She does that. It's weird.
Oh my god.
That is probably the dono sound that has gotten me the most raised eyebrows from people. When we're doing fucking Sargon streams and he brings in people from his audience who have no idea what we're doing here, suddenly there's Lum just like, would you like to butter my butt? They have no idea. What was that? Exposing normies to Lum's degeneracy is one of my greatest failings on the internet.
You're the one that made it a dono sound?
Oh no, Arch, you sweetie. If you try to turn a super chat, I'll mail curry to you every week till the ice caps melt. And thus our fate is sealed. Chaplain Weird Dream has subscribed to the Kick channel. Welcome. Marksman, Arch, since the Italian is here again, play the horse audio you have.
The horse audio? What?
The one about why female horses are great. Scar Lum. They give something corresponding to torture beer with.
Huh.
Oh, have neither of you heard Twilight's argumentation?
Oh, that one.
Not
Show
exactly,
them.
no.
Nope.
Show them, they'll love it.
I don't even know if I could fucking find it. I haven't saved it anywhere.
I thought you sent it to me in our DMs.
I did, but that was a very long time ago.
It's a lot.
Oh my god, is that it? I think that's it. That might be it.
Because of this, they ended up.
Oh, God help me. All right. Well, we'll do. You know what? We'll do that later. Maybe. I don't feel like exposing the Italians to that first thing in the morning or the night. Well, technically morning. It'll be morning in 2 hours.
I mean, we could play it after Major Kill's video as a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Well, first thing after Major Kill video, there is something else, so that will be fun.
And I take it both Pontius and Pio, you're both massive MLP fans.
Not exactly. I don't know Pio.
No.
That's a yes
Okay,
on both
perfect.
regards. Zonta, Holy Terror, having a population of quadrillions of humans, a rare economopolis.
Ecumonopolis.
Ecumonopolis, yes, thank you. In sci-fi, getting the numbers right, the population as your Paris would make an economopolis have 10 trillion people. Yes, you could have populations in the hundreds of billions, maybe even a few trillions, but quadrillions?
Unfortunately, the writer of the two books where the quadrillions thing is mentioned, because for all others it is always trillions, really doesn't understand the scale of fucking numbers. It is the same thing they did with the War for Armageddon, where they scaled down so much the Third War for Armageddon, where I think only 10,000 Marines and 8 million guardsmen fought on an entire planet. But the creator of the series of the Watchers of the Throne, throwing in quadrillions of people on Terra. The moment I read it, I was like, okay, how the fuck are they feeding them? Generally, like, I don't think you can feed them, you can feed the people enough to even get to that number, let alone maintain it.
Yep. And so again, the scale, forget just water, food waste, and CO2 management, you need also deal with the logistics of heat management to avoid the ambient body heat humans radiate, cooking the atmosphere. Yes. It's not a realistic number. And Lumi loves feet.
Not at all.
She does. 1 out of 3. Oh my god, 3 hello. 3 Lumi loves feet. Hello, Lum. Hail, Arch. Hi, Rest. Arch, I am told you already commissioned art for Milking Farm, but Lumi wanted me to request the following. Lumi Tower, lovingly gazing into prostrated Amal's eyes. Oh god.
No!
With the image cut off just above the waistline. You know what? We'll do like a funding thing there. Like, I'll commission as much art about this as you want. Okay? Just need to fund it. As much Milking Farm art as you want.
They eat Pio starch. I don't think there can be enough Pio produced for that, but we can try.
Please don't.
Emo Otaku, hey a lot. Has Lum finished charging her moose battery? Is this another one of your predations against your poor, much abused moose man?
No.
I don't believe you, Lum.
Shut up.
Kaipar's Barbecue. Invite Metatron on a live stream. You may enjoy him. Lum.
I don't know who that is, but you could send me his links on Discord or Twitter.
If you're talking about Metatron, he's an Italian YouTuber that now lives in the US, and he's pretty much an historical YouTuber. He covers history. But he has a good 1 million followers, so fuck. Covering history makes people very interested.
Oh, Lum, you're gonna have to send feed pics.
I'm not going to!
Send to him. Can we have a permanent Hazan dog sap dono alert? I don't know about permanent, because, you know, it is kind of massive and distracting. Maybe like, yes, no, that's how I do it. $100. And we play the dog sap. I need to get Disco to make more of those because I fucking love that one. Wild do to will do T Baggins. Help me. 4 months of recovery from a torn Achilles. Lumi, please massage my foot. It's swollen from my daily walk.
I'm gonna throw up.
And bonus VG. Il lor di Shaquille et molto chiaro la sua PP e uguale al nodo di in Policino. Lancero Chessi, Poncio, e desideri se tradur o meno questa frase.
What?
Huh?
That's probably Italian. I don't know. I'm just assuming.
I doubt it, but I would like to see where it is, because if it is Italian, I can translate it at least.
He doesn't want it translated. He wants it read retardedly.
Oh, okay.
I can do that.
Objective accomplished.
And hello, Janovic. There's Janovic. Janovic had to leave for the K2.
Yeah.
Sad.
It is a shame. I love this content. Pio did too, but Pio is inferior, so that doesn't count.
True.
I'll get Janovic to start doing some animations for my setting, where we will love and cherish him and pet his head. And we'll send him Lumi feed pics. Or just Lumi in a box.
Oh! Send me a box.
Would you like that, Janovic?
That's a lot.
She eats a lot, but she does like feet.
I only eat like once a day.
Yeah, you hear that? She only eats feet once a day.
Shut the fuck up.
Alright. Oh, goddammit. Okay, let's get fucking started on this shit then. It's gonna take fucking 2 hours anyways.
I don't know how you want to move for it. Like, do you want for me to call for stopping it, or do you want to stop it yourself? Like, because this guy really... I was dumbfounded by this entire video. Pio was too, and so yeah.
Just make a noise when you wish to comment, and I'll press the spacebar.
All right.
That reminds me of that fantastic art piece that Dan made. Lum, you know the one. Gamecock. I like that one.
What about it?
I don't know. I wondered if it had disappeared. Did you save it somewhere?
Yeah.
You did? Of course you did.
Yeah. Any art of Lumi that's drawn, I save it because no matter how cursed it is, I appreciate that somebody took the time to actually draw her.
Trick or treat. Can I smell your feet?
Oh.
G'day, guys and gal. As much as I do try to steer clear of drama and
I call bullshit on that.
Yeah, same.
that took a whole 3 seconds. That's a new record.
I try to steer away from drama. I know this guy only because of the drama he has been in. Like,
yeah, no. Oh, right. Speaking of drama, also I forgot about this, but I do need to I do need to put this up
it was
on screen
muted.
too.
Okay, then we have to start it again.
There you go.
This is non-negotiable. Okay, the result of that meme is that I ordered Pio to do it and he did it. So
No,
I'm sorry, Pio. The sacrifice will not be forgotten.
you're not sorry.
Yeah, I kind of want an
Exactly.
edit on the last panel of Pontius just pushing Pio forward. Like,
Just the Italian hand pushing Pio forward.
sacrifice
Oh my God.
self. Was it fucking me? God help me. Let's see.
Anything non-law related.
No, it is coming through. It's coming through. Shut
Okay,
up, chat. But okay, yeah, no, so one of the things with Major Kill is he has a lot of things where he complains about how his channel is dying, AI is taking over, Wes Hammer is copying his content. One of his most famous escapades recently was when he bullied a girl off the internet because he was like, oh my god, you stole my videos, and accused her of being AI too. This guy is drama personified.
Gladly, he cannot do that with us because our videos require too much research to be even fucking remotely connected with Mr. I make 10 minutes videos and 3.5 of them are ads. So.
Okay. If
If
we
you
do,
wanted to stay out.
if we do 3 seconds per 10 minutes, we'll be done here in the next fucking 6
couple
years.
of days.
Latara, yes, that was her name. That was the supposed AI. Like, I listened to her stuff too because I was like, okay, well, if it's AI just ripping off his content, then actually, fair enough for once. But I listened to it. It's like that. If that's AI, it's really fucking good AI. And this was like a year and a half ago, back when AI was not that good. Anyway.
Anything non-law related these days, as it usually bites me in the ass. I've always believed.
I mean, that is true. Like, see, okay, there's the thing too. I have engaged in very few rounds of drama in my YouTube career, but every time I've done so from a position of absolute moral superiority.
Yeah.
Whereas Major Kill has seemingly managed the exact opposite. Every time he's picked a fight, he's done so on the flimsiest fucking grounds imaginable.
Oh, fuck.
If it's-
My page crashed. Okay.
It's important to defend yourself and your reputation, especially when people are lying about things or deliberately or accidentally misinforming large amounts of people about you.
Okay, so remember this. So the accusation is that Pontius is lying, or accidentally or maliciously spreading lies and misinformation. Right, that is Major Kill's position. Just to make it clear that when he presumably does not present any evidence for this, that he himself is lying and or malicious.
I actually can present evidence that he has lied on various of his claims because he left out info that would have proved it wrong. So, yeah. Major Kill did the worst thing you can ever do. Taking up a fight with a guy that always brings fucking receipts about what you're doing. So, yeah.
A bad reputation on YouTube means less views, less subscribers, and eventually an unviable channel, which obviously not idealio. I hope I have shown myself as someone who can take accountability for my mistakes. I've always believed you should be judged by how you deal with your mistakes, not by the mistakes themselves. If you mess up, take accountability, apologize, try to make things right and learn, I think that's what you should be judged for. Obviously there are
Please
exceptions.
stop the video 1 second. I take problem with this entire argument about taking accountability for your mistakes. Don't get me wrong. Taking accountability for your mistakes is good. But the problem is when you notice a pattern about it. If there is a pattern about your mistakes and now you take responsibility for them, then it becomes a problem again, because it becomes pretty much not taking responsibility. And I want to bring a couple of examples. First thing, the backstabbing of Arch. Now, there are very many people that think like, oh yeah, there are even comments under his video that are like, oh no, this guy defended Arch Warhammer, the Nazi, the fascist. I have spoken with Arch, we have discussed lore and such. I don't talk politics because I don't give two fucks of talking about politics unless I'm talking about the woke movement that should just burn up and die. But generally, my main point in the video was backstabbing people is bad. And people are trying to pretty much just move that around as, oh no, he's defending Arch Warhammer. I didn't defend you. I didn't go on the favor of you. I just said backstabbing people is wrong because I don't talk about stuff I cannot prove. So I don't know the controversies. From what I understood, you even proved Major Kill wrong on many of his claims. And there is a video that I should watch, actually, that is like 4 months old about it. But yeah, generally, my main point was, this guy has backstabbed Arch. He didn't take that back, but he did it all the same. He has jumped on the bandwagon. Then he has done the same with Weshammer. There was a giant backlash. At the end of a giant backlash, he took it back, apologized, then apologized to Weshammer. This guy shills porn. He still does it. Then he tried to shill peptides, and he was called out. Giant backlash, a lot of people calling him out. He comes up after a giant backlash, apologizing, taking it back. Then he has bullied other people, as Arch said, even that channel that he suggested could have been AI, but I don't have info on that. This doesn't bring up a good image of a person. Pretty much his entire morality until now, in every controversy that he has had on YouTube, is based on if he gets a backlash or not.
Well, see, that's one of the things, right? Because, yes, owning up to your mistakes and go like, okay, I fucked up. Fair enough. That is the honorable, honest thing to do. When you majoritively make fuck-ups, then the problem becomes that your mistakes must have come from somewhere, right? You must have had a reason and a rationale that led you down that path. And a lot of Major Kill's repeated mistakes come from the same place, either greed or malice. And if he fucks up once, fair enough. If he fucks up twice, fucks up thrice, enemy action. And at that point, the apology is nice, but you've got to take responsibility for taking the actions in the first place. If you continue to do the same malicious action over and over again, and then only apologize when caught, well, that's basically the same as what the companies are doing, where they'll do the maximum amount of assholishness they can, see if they can get away with it. If they can't, they'll back down and apologize. If they can, then it's industry standard. Because at the end of the day, these actions must come from a morality. He must himself have thought that it was okay to, sell peptides. He must himself have thought, no, it's a good idea for me to attack Weshammer. He must himself have thought, it is a good idea to bully this smaller channel off the internet, etc.
Yeah, generally, I think that at this point, after what I've seen, after what I have been told and such, I don't even doubt the morality of Major Kill. I'm denying he has any morality at all. His entire morality is, what's the shit I can get away with because I have a bigger number of people watching me on YouTube? Like, generally, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I have done many mistakes in the past. I don't hide it. I still take... I still see myself wrongly for many of them. Like when I was a child, if anything, I was the terror of many animals that I had because I was not a good pet owner. But as I grew up, I saw that I was fucking up. I didn't kill any animals nor torture them, but I was not kind to them. And now I'm working with charities with animals. Like, you can learn from your fuck-ups and you can change from them. The point is, in what context did you fuck up? Because when you think about it, Major Kill has spent days making videos that were completely fucked up from a moral standpoint. Like, making a video doesn't take a minute. To me and Pio, it takes a month, because we make in-depth and very long videos. But he does very shitty videos that are like 10 minutes maximum, that have shitty editing, and even worse quality, generally. But it will take at least 2 or 3 days to make a 15-20 minutes video, because he has stuff to do, stuff to add. I will not say research, because he doesn't research shit, but... And never in that period he thought... maybe backstabbing my friend Weshammer, that I actually made video together with, that I even bring up in his section, and I complimented, is not a good idea, and stopped making it. Or, same thing, maybe shilling literal experimental steroids to people when I have an audience that is comprised by a percentage of children might not be the smartest idea, and it might be not the smartest idea to say that they're completely safe. He did it all the same. So, it is more of a matter not really of a mistake done in the moment, like you fucked up because you weren't paying attention or such. It is more of a deliberate fucking mistake, and he apologized only after lengthy fucking backlashes.
What about Lum? How many mistakes have you made?
Man, okay, so do we have a few hours to just talk about this?
But yeah,
No,
generally, it is not just a matter of taking accountability. It is a matter of not making the mistake in the first place. As I put it in the comment that I even left under his video, your morality is defined by you, not by the people watching you. So you don't have to be a shit person because people are not calling you out on it. Because until now, the only reason, in my opinion, that he has ever apologized for anything was that his own community was calling him out for it. He was making enemies. And at that point, he apologized and drew it back. But because he keeps fucking up, even fucked up in this video, you will see later. I don't think he has ever been genuinely sorry for something. He has been genuinely sorry for being caught. So,
Like, if you're a fucking pedo, you should be judged for being a pedo.
Where the fuck did that come from?
I
that's in
don't have
context.
any idea. Yeah, I don't have any idea. At least in this case, it is in context. We have heard jokes that we had to stop the video and went like, what the fuck is this?
Was this a joke?
Hold on, I need context. I'm confused.
Ability, apologize, try to make things right and learn. I think that's what you should be judged for. Obviously, there are exceptions. Like, if you're a fucking pedo, you should be judged for being a pedo.
Okay.
With this, I agree.
Fair enough, but again, now we're talking about your actions. Like, so what you're saying is, if you have a demonstrated history of actions, then you should be judged by your actions. Well, I mean, I feel like that's what we just said, basically.
Yeah.
Magic Killer has one of those abilities to contradict himself in the next. This is why we should just let it play for a while, because he'll probably make our argument for us if we just wait long enough.
He did.
That's what happens.
Ironically did.
When I saw the Major Kill response, I was so happy.
I was not surprised because, like, even me and Pio, when we started writing this video, I went directly like, yeah, if there is a narcissist asshole that actually answers this fucking video, will be Major Kill. Like, this guy is such an egomaniac that he's actually fucking predictable.
Even if you say sorry. About a week ago, I noticed I lost like 100 subs and I was like, that's odd. And then just went about my day. But then I came across a video that seemed to be blowing up, created by a small channel I hadn't heard of called the Pontius, which says Warhammer 40k YouTubers are a disgrace, with my logo being the largest on the thumbnail. So obviously I had a look and yep, here we go again. Look, all I'll say is I didn't start at this time. So I thought it'd be fun and educational for both the Pontius, myself, and you guys to go through what he has to say.
I mean, hey, in his defense, this is one drama he didn't start. Credit where credit is due.
Yeah, but it is one he's still losing in, because, like, generally, if people didn't go and look into his claims, they might think Major Kill is right, but it is not fucking right. He has not done anything to prove anything we said wrong. Anything.
What I thought so fascinating about this was when I had a quick look at the comment section. Shit like this, that was not expecting this comment section to be as pro Pontius as his own post was. Like, because Major Kill's comment section was not on Major Kill's side at all. Like, at best, they were like, "Oh yeah, we know you're just an idiot. We don't expect you to be good at the lore." Like, that was about the most positive comment I could find. That Major Kill was basically held to too high of a standard to be expected to know what he was speaking about. And I've only seen this on like 2 occasions previously, where, because content creation is in essence all about building a cult of personality. It's how the parasocial relationship naturally evolves for all of its faults and weaknesses and problems. It's how it happens. And so when you see a video on a drama where the content creator is getting ratioed by his own community, something really fucking bad has happened. Like, that is an own, shall we say.
It is what happened with Wes Hammer, so...
Pointing out where he's just full of shit, where I could potentially do better, and the issue with his overall elitist attitude, and how he is just
elitist. Fuck. Okay, right. I am old enough. Shut up, Lum. I am old enough to remember when this was an actual argument we had, right? That it was elitist to when a new guy came in to like give them tests, like, oh, do you know this? Like the elitism was a problem within certain hobbies. And you know what? It could. Like if you're just being an asshole to the new guy for no reason, then yeah, no, you can be an elitist ass. But these days, elitism is just, hey, do you know the bare bones basics of the setting you claim to love?
Yeah, but in this case, I think removing that is already lying, because I don't have an elitist kind of attitude when it comes to 40k. If he had bothered, because he confirms it later in the video, if he had bothered to actually watch my video in its entirety, but he bothered only to watch his part, he would have found the part of the video where I explained the difference between being a newbie and being a tourist. Newbies are interested into the hobby, don't know anything but are willing to learn and are joining it because they want to know more, to just lean a bit into the meme. Tourists simply don't give a fuck. They come into the hobby, oh no, this is cool, but this offends me. Oh no, but this could be changed. Oh no, but this doesn't matter. Oh, the hobby died, okay, next thing. Pretty much the difference is, do you care about 40k or not? That's my main difference. Because if you care, welcome, I will teach you. Like, we have entire events on the Discord with the Patreon and such that are focused on new people joining and pretty much having me as their private teacher when it comes to lore. Like in episode 18 of Lord Destroyers that came out this week, we have somebody in the chat, this is not a dissing, it was a genuine doubt, that believed that Sisters of Battle had some enhancements or that they had a version of the Black Carapace. We proved that no, they didn't. We explained why they don't, and we explained how they work. The guy learned something new. Good. That's everything I wanted to explain to him what the difference was between what he knew and the reality of it. But when you come into the hobby just to be fucking offended about it, or the best you can just give to the community when you're a content creator is content like the one on Major Kill that is confusionary at best, actively fucking dumb at worst. Because like it even comes up later, but this guy doesn't even bother to read 2 pages of lore before making a video about it. And he confirms it. In this video, he confirms it himself, so...
Straight up missing the bigger picture. Should be fun, get your popcorn out. Now let's get into it.
I will say I like the intro.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now the video is long as shit, about 2 hours, and he basically has a stab at almost everyone, even beloved very uncontroversial YouTubers such as Arbiter Ian.
Also.
When we heard this we were dying. And even people in the comments were like, mate, why the fuck are you defending Arbiter Ian? The guy is trying to make 40k walk to piss off the right wing. Like, he had an entire video called How to Take Back Warhammer 40k from the Right Wing. This guy uncontroversial.
Well, that's the thing. Uncontroversial. See, again, Major Kill has never escaped the 2014s, right? His entire understanding of the cultural sphere on YouTube and the political side of it is non-existent. Controversial back then meant that you had opinions that a company didn't like. That's how Major Kill views the world. Will this make me unpalatable to companies? Because that is his primary care, to monetize his stuff via sponsorships and company. My English failed there for a minute. It's entirely normal. Company connections, close enough. Whereas Arbiter Ian is not controversial in that way, but he is controversial now. Once the culture switches, as it already is, he will become the definition of culture controversial in there. And yeah, I also hate the idea of holding that up as a virtue. Like, oh, you never rocked the boat. Oh, you never tried to do anything. Oh, you never tried to change anything. Okay. You're a fat fucking coward. Thanks.
Now I'm going to let those guys fight their own battles, as I would rather bear trap my own balls than listen to his entire video, especially since as the dude has a thick Italian accent, it's nearly impossible to understand at 2 times speed, so we'll just focus on my parts, and I'll only really be focusing on the interesting points or misinformations. Heads up, this guy is one very angry Italian.
Now we move to Major Kill.
My opinion for a second. I want to point out that it is very fucking ironic that I'm being called out for my accent by a fucking Australian. But like removing that, the fact that he cannot listen to my video 2x speed. Yeah, because my videos are fucking charged with information. They are not TikTok brain rot. But even then, the fact that he's commenting only on his own part without watching the entire argument made in the video, and the fact that he's one angry Italian, because it is a thing he brings up a lot. That is me being mildly annoyed. Angry Italian sounds very different. But even then, I think he's using it which he does during the video, as a scapegoat to say, oh no, his points hold no relevance. I might have been annoyed, but my points are still fucking there.
True.
Major Kill when it comes to the lore has not changed. He's not even a clown. He's the entire fucking circus. Keep in mind, I despise Major Kill personally, not only as a lore YouTuber.
So Old Mate starts off by declaring he has a personal issue with me that goes just beyond my content. That is obviously a big red flag, as it means he will be personally biased against me. Cherry
the problem is that bias is based on me being biased against him for some reason that even I could not know. Like, if I was a racist against Australians, then yeah, I would have been biased against him. The problem is that my entire opinion on Major Kill comes from all the fucking controversies he has been in, and generally the lack of morality has shown through the years on his fucking YouTube channel. Like, I don't like the guy. I have no reason to like the guy. He's an asshole. In every single way you could put it, I have found zero redeeming qualities with him. The only thing redeeming I've seen until now was when he owned up to the fact that he didn't remove my comment from under his video, and when he came back, he pinned it. That's the best I've seen him do until now. But generally, he has shown such a lack of morality when it comes to everything he has been involved in, and generally even in this video, that I have no fucking reason to like him. And that doesn't make me biased. It makes me very well informed.
Well, biases are built from experience. So, okay, but all right, I'll take the argument. He doesn't like you, Mejkil, and he's going to be biased and cherry pick. All right, but then you need to demonstrate that. So let's see.
Picking information that reinforces his view, disregarding or downgrading information that conflicts with it, and you're about to see a lot of examples of this.
Because that, of course, is just beginning with poisoning the well. So now you bring receipts. Oh god, I see my logo.
Yeah.
Guy has backstabbed Arch Warhammer. Much of the success of Major Kill is owed to Arch Warhammer. Backstabbing the guy that made you famous makes you a very shitty person to begin with.
His first point is that he says that Arch made me famous, and I backstabbed him for clicks or views or whatever. I have actually addressed this before a few times, but I guess it's time to talk about it again because Pontius can't be bothered fact-checking himself.
Now, I will actually defend Major Kill to a degree here, because I've never taken credit for making anybody famous. I just talked about people back when everyone was small and I was bigger than them, because I thought that was a decent thing to do. A thing that I've rarely seen anyone else do.
Yeah, generally though, I will call out the fact that Mordian Glory, which is one of the channels he actually mentions in this video, which actually watched his response and was pretty much against it for many points. I have read two people talking about it, and even Pio told me because he actually watched it live because I was sleeping. But generally, he might his collaboration with you might not have made him famous, but from what Pio told me, Pio is free to confirm or deny this. Yep. From what Pio told me, Mordian Glory actually brought up the same graph that is going to show in a second to pretty much show that the moment the channel of Major Kill started growing was when he jumped up on the bandwagon of backstabbing you.
So. It was a year before, but yeah, the video I think it was in 2021. But he started becoming famous in 2020, so certainly he did something. Jumping on the bed.
Yeah, generally, maybe you didn't make him famous, but backstabbing you certainly helped him get famous.
Now that I will back up. Yeah, he was definitely, it was popular at the time to do attacks on me, and he certainly leapt onto that bandwagon with both feet, so I guess that, but... We have the small Lum, so now I'm going to do the next fun to go. It's just showing Pontius the horse video.
Yay.
After that one's funded, I forget if you showed them the baby launcher.
I don't even know where I put that one.
As I said, personal bias and whatnot. When people bring up this point, it's referring to a podcast me and Arch filmed in 2018, so like 7 years ago. The podcast was shit, there was no chemistry, and the video got like sub 10,000 views or whatever. You can't even find it on YouTube anymore. Me and Arch then never again spoke after that. If that video was the one that made me famous, then why was it only in 2020, 2 years later, that my channel actually blew up? I got absolutely 0 subscribers or views spike from that podcast, and my channel only exploded after a few more years of solo grinding, and then when I quit my full-time job to do YouTube full-time. This is a lie people love to spin all the time to attack me, that could be fact-checked within like 2 minutes, but as I said, it doesn't suit his bias.
Oh, where's the thing?
It is not a matter of bias. Jesus Christ. Okay, no, the video didn't make me famous, but I still backstabbed Arch Warhammer. Like, if you make a video with someone, you might not be a friend of them, but going on to make a video calling them out for anything is backstabbing. Like, I have worked once with, for example, Vox in the Void for our Macarius video. If Vox in the Void in the future becomes controversial, I will not just go Vox in the Void now sucks because why? No, I have no reason for that. Like, unless the problem is extremely big, I don't have to jump on the bandwagon. He did it wanting to do it, so.
All right, so there's a couple of things here, right? As you say, the channel takes off after he did the attack video, like you said. So that was a part of it. But the lie they say that he blew up because of me, I don't think that is necessarily a narrative that's being spread around all that much. I gave Major Kill a break, I showed him off, and I gave him positive coverage. And he is right, the chemistry was awful, because even back then, he felt so fake. Weird. Like
Service guarantees citizenship.
It was definitely not a great video. And even then, I think I was like, what, 20,000 views? And back then, when we were like, I think he was maybe like 20K, I was like 40, 50K. That was quite a lot of views. So if none of my subscribers decided, oh, we want to follow this guy, it's not my problem, I guess. But again, the condemnation, that the reason why this is being brought up is because they're condemning you morally. It's because they're going, you're a bad person. This was a person who reached out a hand to you in friendship. You took it, and then you did this. Because Major Kill he still got me on Discord to this day. When he did his attack video on me, he could simply just have sent me a message. Hey, dude, would you like to talk about this? And I go like, okay. He also he sold socks of himself stabbing me on them. He attacked me constantly on his Discord for years. He was obsessed about me. He was very clearly in a weird hate relationship with me. And that's what people reacted to, I think.
Yeah, like, generally, I find it completely immoral the way you went for it. Like, in the end, when you think about it, you were 2 content creators that covered the same exact thing. You had worked together. Like, at least the benefit of the doubt being given to someone. Like, not just going, oh yeah, so this came out. Like, I've not watched the video, so I will seek your confirmation. Have you proved him wrong in the react you made to his video where he explained the situation?
Situation? Which one? The video he did on me?
The one when you reacted where he accused you of all stuff and brought up screenshots, comments. Have you proved that they were false?
We did that, me and Lum.
Yeah, and did you do that, or like did you disband the accusations?
I don't know which accusations we're talking about specifically, no, but yes, it was not a very good movie. Or video.
I know we watched the entire video. It took us, 4 hours to get through all of it.
Yeah.
You then showed that he has said the N-word more times than you have, as recently as 2019. That to yell at you to take down that screenshot because you just made it larger instead.
Yeah, but pretty much the point is, he was full of bullshit at the time. And he didn't even give you the benefit after having worked together, after being pretty much both people in the same kind of employment in this case, because you were both being YouTubers about 40K. Instead, he just went, I can gain more from this from just backstabbing a guy I worked with. You don't have to like people to give the benefit of the doubt, but you still should fucking give the benefit of the doubt. If what you're presented with is not heavy condemning evidence, at least talk with a person before fucking making a piece of media about them and hating on them.
I think that is mainly the contention, because I believe I was nothing but civil, and I'm pretty sure my last message to him was basically like, okay, that was cool. If you ever need anything, let me know. I'll always be willing to help you out, because that's what I told to everybody at the time. But anyways, moving onwards.
Then the video I made about Arch happened over 3 years after this podcast and 3 years after I last spoke to him. So people framing it like Arch was my mentor who gave me success only for me to backstab him are just so off the mark. Now, is my video about Arch flawless? No, not really. There's probably things I could have tightened up and other points I could have made or removed, but I still agree with the sentiment, so I've left it up. You can watch it and be your own judge if you'd like. I'll link it below. So yeah, his first point about Arch is just a straight up lie. Now to the next one.
The constant shilling of porn on his Patreon, and even the recent shilling of peptides to his audience of children, doesn't make me like him either. It is a very shitty thing to do when you make videos that are open to be watched by children. We make jokes about it at best, but we will never dare to sponsor 18+ content on videos watched by children, Major Kill.
A big thing people love to raise with me is that Major Kill shills porn to kids, or he's a bad person because he makes fucked up jokes knowing how young and impressionable his audience is. Once again, I've already spoken about this, but Pontius doesn't do his due diligence, so I'll just go over it again. Less than 4% of my audience is under the age of 18. Less than 4%.
Stop it, please. I love this part because, removing that he obviously doesn't account for people that don't have a YouTube account, because once again, his channel is not age restricted, his videos are not age restricted and such. Removing the people that lie openly about their age to not be age restricted on YouTube, the people that use accounts that are of bigger brothers, bigger sisters, parents to watch videos and such. 4%, let's make it rotan, let's make it 4% of views in the last 28 days. Pio, how many views did he add in the last 28 days?
Almost 1 million. 900, 400,000.
Okay, 940,000 views. Pio made a bit of calculations because of it, because at the beginning I thought this was a graph about his subscribers, but no, this is the views. That comes around 35,000 under 18 people. So his entire point is, I'm not shilling 18+ content in my videos to an audience of children. Just officially 35,000 of them. And many people are like, yeah, but Warhammer 40k is not a universe for children. I want to cite Games Workshop here. Warhammer is for everyone. But I would also like to remind to people that there is Warhammer Adventures. Literally a series of books on Warhammer for kids. So yeah, Warhammer 40k is open to all ages, including kids. And I don't even give half of a fuck about him doing it or the jokes he uses or whatever he says. But his videos are some of the biggest, some of the shortest videos on 40k, in one of the largest channels you can find of 40k on YouTube, and they are not marked with having pretty much paid sponsorship, in this case, channel sponsorship, of prohibited content. So my main point was not in this case, oh no, will somebody think of the children? I was making a point that the guy is very much promoting his fucking porn content in videos that children watch. My problem is not that he makes that content. My problem is that he's sponsoring it on YouTube without any kind of limitation applied for when he's sponsoring it. Removing the amount of times we have seen him without shirt. Removing the amount of times we have seen him naked. Because in Lord Destroyers, we have even seen him taking a shower for a Manscaped sponsorship. Thing that was completely unnecessary. I talked with other people about the... about the Manscaped stuff, and they were like, no, yeah, Manscaped gives you all the material. He chose himself to go in the shower and record himself shaving his balls. I don't know why somebody will do that, but he did that. So my point is not generally, oh my god, will somebody think of the children? My point is, this guy is openly advertising his 18+ content in his videos that are not age restricted, that are not limited in any way, and he's pretty much shrugging about it. Yeah, very strong moral code there.
Okay. So yeah, it's important that you point that out, because I too don't give a shit about if he's making raunchy jokes or whatever like that. Okay. But if he is promoting 18+ content without age restricting that, then yes, that is a no-no by YouTube. If you are actually promoting 18+ stuff, which also is not technically entirely allowed on YouTube according to their own TOS, then that is a problem. Then you should simply put them as age restricted, which does screw over your algorithm, but that is what you're supposed to do. So
Yeah, like I don't have a problem with him doing it. As I said, I do have a problem with him sponsoring it like this. Like, it is not even the only content he makes on Patreon, but it is the only one he generally like brings out, and I don't see like why, and I don't see why it shouldn't be a problem. Like the peptide thing, all right, he took it back, he stopped it, but first he did it, and he's pretty much confirming that could have been seen by children too, and he was spreading misinformation in there. So, okay, but he said sorry, but he's still doing this. You can like or not like porn content. Personally, I'm not against it. It depends mainly from the author and the kind of stuff that it comes, in my opinion. Like, I have preferences, but generally, just going, oh no, yeah, I'm not doing it, and then showing that you are doing it, yeah, not really disbanding my argument here.
And if you break that down further, and let's...
Yes, Pio?
Yeah. For me personally, the problem is that he shows the images on his videos censored. That's the biggest problem. And even in this part, he skipped our videos just to not show that.
Yeah, because the problem is not like, oh yeah, you find porn on my Patreon. It's that he's shilling it and showing it. It is censored, but he's still showing it. So just going, oh no, yeah, shrug. I don't think that is allowed by TOS. I think that will bring, if not problems with monetization, they will bring like a forced restriction of the videos.
TOS is very strict on this. You are not supposed to show off any 18 plus content whatsoever. You are not even supposed to speak about it. I had a video once which was removed because I mentioned a group that was making a Yuri hentai game because they had their stuff censored. It's like, that's not very progressive, YouTube. So again, even mentioning is very iffy. But anyways.
Sorry for a second. Mad Dry Bread. No, Warhammer 40k is for kids. Let me cite Games Workshop here. Warhammer is for everyone. And even then, let me remind you Warhammer Adventures. It is a series of 40k books for children. I don't know if it is continuing, but it is there. Look it up. So yeah, not going, oh, but Warhammer is not for kids. That's bullshit. Even by opinion of Games Workshop, Warhammer is for everyone. So find a better argument.
I mean, it shouldn't be, but unfortunately.
Yeah, it shouldn't be, but for them it is for everyone. So why should I disagree with the house that creates the universe at this point?
I disagree with a lot of stuff they do.
Under 14 or under, it would be closer to 1 to 2%. I know Pontius probably feels really self-righteous saying that I'm selling porn to kids, but if 98 to 99% of my audience are not children, then it's just clear misinformation. Maybe he looks at his own analytics and sees it's full of kids, because I doubt many serious adults watch his sort of trash, and then
I don't know if there are many under 18s out there watching 2-hour-long videos, honestly.
Yeah, it was one of my main points, but generally, I don't get how people don't understand how problematic this is. Like, I will bring in like a general example. The problem is that these videos are made on 40k. They are one of the main gateways into the universe for many people because, once again, they are very short, they are very simple, so he's one of the biggest YouTubers around there, so there will be some of the first that come up. It will be like going at a 40k convention, and inside the convention, there is a guy showing a sign, naked woman next door. Yeah, it might not be problematic for the majority of people, but if somebody underage shows up, it might become problematic. And the guy should be ashamed of himself. And being that the guy in this case is Major Kill, he should be ashamed of himself. I don't have a problem with him doing 18 plus stuff. I have a problem with him advertising it in the open on YouTube, without even age restricting the videos.
From that he just makes his assumptions, but to me he's just once again making shit up for dramatic effect. Bit of a hypocrite claiming he checks his sources and makes sure he has all the facts, and then raging at other people who he believes hasn't, and then goes ahead with lies and misinterpretations. Also, my Patreon is 18 plus only and paywalled.
But Major Kill, that kind of fucks up your argument, because if your patron is 18 plus and you're advertising that on YouTube, that means you're advertising 18 plus content.
Yeah. No, this is all 18 plus.
Okay,
but they shill it in public,
seriously.
not for 18 plus people.
Hold on. Major Kill, no shit here. Take that stuff. If you're having links or anything, take it off. YouTube can and will delete your channel for that. That is a terms of service violation, and I don't want to see you deleted. That is not applicable to YouTube's terms of service. Seriously, that is dangerous. Do not.
I don't see, since really in this case, I don't see the difference between shilling and OnlyFans, so...
God damn it.
Sure, that's not bulletproof, but if a kid wants to see some boobs, he's gonna see some boobs. It's called the fucking internet. Now,
I mean, I agree with that. But again,
that is true, but yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Major Kill saying this while living on the prison island known as Australia, where they're having some real, fucking online ID bullshit going on, where a lot of people in Australia are going to be restricted from 18 plus content if they don't prove who the fuck they are.
something I do find.
Oh shit. Also, I saw that in chat there. Don't even joke about going to report his stuff. I don't want that to happen, obviously.
Don't report him. Don't report him. Like, I don't want him to lose his channel, his livelihood, or whatever. But I would have at least, like, if I was him, I would have at least accepted, yeah, it is what I do. And stop doing it.
He is
That's all I wanted.
Yeah,
he's doing it.
Yeah, but anyway, this argument, if somebody wants to see some boobies, they'll see some boobies. Okay, that's true, but you should not support it on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Again, I wouldn't have a problem with it if the channel was age restricted, or at least he didn't shill it in every video and age restricted the ones where he does. Because, like, once again, I spoke with people that are in his Patreon, and it is not the only content on Patreon. So I don't see why it is the only one he promotes.
A bit of a pain in the ass is that whenever someone likes to criticize my content and channel, they almost always use very old videos to do so.
Other than being grossly inaccurate on the lore, having more than one occasion made us uncomfortable because of too sexual jokes or even jokes about diseases.
Almost every video Pontius shows off and shits on is 3 or 4 years old. Even the Arch thing is like 4 years old, which makes it funny.
Let's stop it for a second. The jokes that I'm referring to are for example, in the Badab War video, the 4 or 5 mentions of Euron being turbo-raped in the ass, which got pretty fucking old the first time. The 5th, it was just plain annoying. And for the jokes about diseases, I'm not joking, I don't remember the context of it, but it will be in the next episode of the Best of Lord Destroyers. I think it was in episode 6 or 7, where he made a comparison with something about how many people die of AIDS in Africa every second. We and Pio had to stop the video in silence, and we were like, that came out of fucking nowhere. Like, we were stunned just for how incredibly out of place it was to say that. Like, it was not even comedy. If anything, it was a statement.
I wish I could make jokes like that.
Yeah.
And his buddies are having a cry about it now. I'm going to take that as a compliment, with that kind of criticism implying that my newer content is fucking great and people just can't seem to find issues with it.
This is a lie you will see in a bit.
I do recognise that my older style was more about jokes, analogies, and memes for comedic effect, which did muddy a few lore points. I also recognise, and have recognised many times, that I haven't always been 100% accurate. I mean, I literally have dedicated videos discussing it, and how I was making sure I was improving my methods of information to ensure better lore accuracy. I even made videos attempting to undo some lore damage from memes. It's the same with Reddit. People will cry and rage about videos I've made, but then only cite ones posted like 4 or 5 years ago. Personally, when I want to judge someone, I judge them on how they are today. Digging into half a decade ago is the biggest clutch at straws and just feeds into cancel culture, which a lot of these types of
cancel culture, major. Do not enter into this arena with me, you piece of shit. Fuck. But no, of course, I can see the argument. Like, is he doing better? I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
No, trust me, because he in a second he will defeat his own point when we bring up the main example of how much he doesn't care and doesn't read the lore before making videos about it. He tries to find excuses for it, but he very conveniently didn't mention the date in which the video of example was published. That I will bring up when we reach it, because, like, generally he's going like, oh yeah, every video they watch was 3 or 4 years old. The main example we show in the video is 1 year old. It was April 2024.
Okay. Yes, don't you tried to cancel me, Major Kill. You can't now go like, oh, cancel culture. Oh, you've never spoke out against it. You've done nothing to stop it. You have done absolutely nothing to prevent it. I'm not going to go off on a rant about this.
Guys also complain about all the time. Word of the day, hypocrite. Pontius then goes on to discuss two things in his classic misconstrued style.
So, the guy is a serial backstabber that has backstabbed 2 of his own friends without remorse.
Firstly, he talks about me backstabbing Weshammer without remorse and how I shield peptides. Now, he has made a big point about the no remorse thing, but both of these incidences I have publicly taken accountability for. The peptide thing got its own video where I responded to Morty and Glory, and this is actually what he said about my response.
And I think Major Kill did a very, very good job of going, look, I definitely shouldn't have used those things side by side in the video. There's definitely a bit of muddying of the waters. And I think it's just a very good job, taking accountability of that and also clarifying the position.
I also take accountability with
the
Wes
stop it,
thing.
Please. Pio, what did Morty and Glory think of his response video to our part of the video on him?
Morty and Glory in general about the response of Major Kill said that sometimes he said something good. I don't know what the fuck he meant. Honestly, I didn't understand. It was like 5 a.m. when I watched it, but it was like 50-50 on us and Major Kill.
Yeah, but generally, he didn't agree with many of the points that Major Kill tried to raise. He was the one that actually went and looked at the graphs and pretty much found out that, yeah, his channel started going up pretty much blowing up after he went against you. So he pretty much jumped on the bandwagon of let's cancel Arch, now that he's complaining about cancel culture. But other than that, he was also one of the people, one of the mature people that, going and saying, no, I don't have an audience of children, only 4% of them are children is very disingenuous because, going on only 4% doesn't make it fine. But other than that, Major Kill should consider that many people lie about their age on YouTube or use accounts that are not theirs. So the number is probably very high. And seeing the response that I've had after this video, where very many hundreds of people have come to insult me and even use slurs and racist comments about Italians, me and such, I will believe that probably a good 40 or 30% of his audience is children.
I spoke to Wes privately and I did a public post about it. I don't know what else you want from me. The idea that someone has to be totally infallible and make 0 mistakes is insane. If you want someone to be held accountable for something they did that you disagree with, and then they are held accountable, if you then don't move on, then you never wanted accountability to begin with, you wanted punishment and cancellation, making you a pretty sad bitter person. Especially in the context of Warhammer lore on YouTube. Like, this isn't life or death, guys. This is a hobby about super soldiers killing aliens and shit. If you are as angry as Pontius, especially over things that aren't true or misrepresented or things that happened 4 years ago, then you have some serious unresolved issues.
Yes, so the whole but I don't care about this. Okay, that's great, but somebody else might. So the whole this doesn't matter is a silly argument.
Yeah, just going this doesn't matter. And even then, he works against his own point. Yeah, we are talking about a universe where super soldiers are going around killing stuff, where there is a planet or system-wide wars going around. Why the fuck is he shilling porn, peptides, backstabbing people in something like this? His argument is it doesn't matter because it is a universe about this. Yes, then why the fuck are you shilling the stuff in videos about a universe that is like this? It works against his own argument.
It's not funny. If anything, it's the worst kind of comedian. An unfunny one.
Pontius makes a point that I am unfunny, and look, you don't have to find me funny. My sense of humor is not universal. However, some people do find me funny. Close to 700,000 or so. So it just makes Pontius come across as an extremely bitter, jealous person. Now this next one did actually make me laugh. And of course it was another lie based on a huge stretch of an assumption.
But I have the suspicion that for the entirety of the video, he was cheating the answers to the lore questions that were being asked. He kept looking every time the camera was on him in the same exact spot, as if he was reading the answers because Voldemort was on speaker. We have no guarantee that Major Kill was alone, so it is my suspicion that in that video he was cheating during a lore contest. A guy that considers himself a lore expert.
Are you ready to rut this
What's this
yellow
about?
fluttery buttery bud.
When we watched this video, which was a lore battle between Wesammer and Major Kill, I started noticing a good third into the video that every time he was being asked a question that was even mildly difficult, he would fixate himself on a specific point that was at his lower left and staring there while gaining time and then answering the question. Now, I don't claim that he was cheating 100% sure, but I have seen this happen because I stayed in university for 6 years, and during COVID, there were people caught doing this, where they were asked a question, then they just looked somewhere for a bit while gaining time and going, oh yeah, there is this, and then it was found out they were looking at something and getting answers from it. But generally, my main problem is it is a very weird kind of body language, because if he's in the room alone, he has, in this case, Voldemort on speaker, he's being asked questions, but he's being recorded by the camera in front of him. Why is he always looking in the same place before answering a question?
I mean, sus, I guess, but... Yeah.
No, but I specified in the video that it is my suspicion. I don't know if it is true or not, but there is a little problem that he brings up after. The fact that he lost this lore battle. But there is another problem with it that me and Pio actually checked after we recorded the Lord Destroyers episode where this part was present. Which is, he lost for the final 2 questions. They were extremely hard and specific questions. One thing we noticed, though, is that they were impossible to find on the wikis. So the 2 questions he couldn't answer, which were the hardest ones, are ones that cannot be looked up on Google. Very interesting.
That is a little bit suspicious, yes. I'm kind of interested.
My
these
theory
questions?
generally... one was, I don't remember the first one, but I remember the last one, which is, it was pretty much what, I don't remember even the name, it was so specific. It was pretty much, what is this deity, the deity of, for what race? And it was the main god of the hoods. And like, we tried to look it up, we tried to look up the last 2 questions, and there was no way in hell to find them in the wikis, because they were extremely specific information. My theory is that during this entire lore battle, and again, theory, suspicion, allegedly, I'm not saying he did it, but this is how I think he did it, if he did it, which is, he was on speaker with Voldemort, somebody else was in the room, this somebody else was connected to a laptop or a screen or whatever, and when an hard question came up, they were looking up on Google and such. And because the last 2 questions were the hardest, they couldn't find them on Google, Major Kill couldn't answer them correctly. It would explain why the fuck, every time he was being asked a very hard question, he would fixate on a specific fucking part of the screen until he found the answer. Because like, oh yeah, even tries to bring up, oh yeah, this is how people react when they are asked an hard question, and he shows that like a pattern of looking around. Yeah, but the pattern is look around, not look in the same place every time.
Suspicious, but no evidence either way, so...
You want to see how much this guy sucks at the lore?
He said that during my quiz battle against Weshammer hosted by Voldemort to ensure legitimacy, I cheated because I kept looking at the same spot, like I had some kind of mega Warhammer nerd rapidly typing out the answers to the questions so I could cheat in a low-stakes charity Warhammer trivia game. My lord, just saying that out loud. I hope you guys can see how pathetic this is. Maybe Pontius isn't used to interacting with humans in person or something, but it's universally known that when people have to think about things, they often look in specific directions, depending on the cerebral process involved. Some people look up, some people look down, some look left, some look right.
Okay, that makes me more sus, because that is an awfully in-depth explanation. See, if I was excused of that, I would just be like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Eyes wonder.
I have lost.
Okay, but never mind.
Answering complex niche Warhammer 40k questions, and I had to rack my brain. I also ended up losing the trivia match, so it's just straight up the most retarded point Pontius has ever made. Like the rest of his arguments.
No, because once again, he lost for 2 questions that even me and Pio, knowing what the question were, couldn't fucking find on Google. So if anything, it lends more credence to the fact that Wes Hammer actually won by merit, and he didn't. Because, like, okay, if the answers were, like, very easily findable on Google, and he still got them wrong, okay, at that point it is pretty much dismantling my entire argument. But are you for real that the last two questions were the hardest ones, and the ones that couldn't be found on Google very easily, and it is the ones he got wrong? While Wes Hammer at least got one right, and it is what led him to win?
Booney says there in chat, usually when people lie, the more detailed the replied. Yeah, that was genuinely what made me more sus than anything. It's like, that feels like something you looked up. But
yeah,
details.
and like, and even then, like, when you notice, he's not looking around or looking down at various places. Every time the eyes are on the same exact spot, locked. They are not looking around. He's looking at something. I cannot say why. I cannot confirm it. There is no proof for it. But the more stuff I noticed, the more it made sense that it is what was happening.
Faith, but this one was just sad. Now for his apparent silver bullet moment, getting the female custodian lore wrong.
The video is called Female Custodies Are Now 100% Canon. What does this mean for Warhammer 40k? He specifically goes over, during the video, the story of the first of the 3 custodians mentioned in the Codex. Major Kill, in his explanation, gets the ending of it completely fucking wrong. It is bewildering that for a 20 minutes video, a lore YouTuber didn't bother to read the 2 fucking pages of lore.
In my video discussing GW unveiling female custodies, I highlight on a leaked short story about a female custodian who tried to win a blood game by teleporting a nuke into the Imperial Palace. When I discussed it, I was reading about a leak from an unreleased custodian codex and only had 1 page. I got the end of the short story slightly wrong as it was on the next page that I didn't have, and someone else told me the ending but they were slightly off.
No. So, the
was that real
point
life
until
Pio
now...
or video Pio? A Pio.
No,
Pontius, Pio, you need to change names, because I hate having 2 Ps. I differentiate based on primary letters. Change now.
Call Pio just Pontius Lum. No,
like that,
but
Pontius Lum.
like his main argument until now has been he has always taken videos that were very extremely old to show that I don't know the lore. The video he's mentioning now that is actually on screen is 2024, April 2024. He has just admitted that he got the ending of it wrong for a lore that is long 2 pages, literally 2 codex pages. It was like probably 100 lines, not even, and it was to be read vertically. Not so it was even like shorter than that. And he tries to justify that it was a leak. I had only the first page, which. The codex leaked complete in a matter of days. You cannot have 1 page and not the other. And then he says that he got the second part of the story from somebody that told him how the story ended. But unless that is a Games Workshop employee, the guy that told you had the second page. So why the fuck didn't you ask for the second page from the guy that had it?
That's a bit weird, yeah. And I seem to remember them leaking in total. At least that's what I saw, so
yeah, like I Pontius always takes like very old videos. This video is 2024. I actually didn't have the full thing. The full thing leaked all together. Oh no, but somebody told me. Then you are confirming that he had the second page. Like, Jesus Christ, can you stop making my fucking arguments for me?
No, wait. You are showing the lore on screen. Did he just fucking fuck up retelling the lore that is on screen? Let's see.
He had it in front of him.
Basically, I said that the person who reported the custodian to the palace was punished. In actuality, it was the captain who was following the custodian's orders. Pontius uses this as some sort of glorious aha, see moment, but if you actually take a step back and look at it, what a fucking loser. He said that the lore was right in front of me on my video. He was wrong. I was referencing the 1 page I had that was leaked that didn't have that piece of the story on it, but we're used to that by now. Sure, I'll admit it. I got 2 unimportant characters mixed up on a leaked page of a codex which didn't actually show the end of the story I was referencing. My bad, guys. Guess you got me. I know nothing about Warhammer lore.
We have an unfunny...
The problem is that he made a video about this without having the full picture, to the point that the ending he gave completely fucking changed the end of the story. Now, the lore of the female custodian sucks. There is no way to make it good. But still, pretty much the final meaning of the entire story was that Tarovalia Cash, for how stupid she was, punished the entire crew and the captain especially because they were following orders pretty much blindly. which, for how stupid the story is, at least is a good message. Like, question the orders you are given if they go against pretty much your own entire argument, which was, okay, we are defending the Imperium. Why the fuck are we helping a Custodian try to bomb the palace? Which is what pretty much the traitor on board did when she alerted the Custodians. But what he said in the video was that simply Tarovalia Cash punished everyone because somebody betrayed her. So he changed completely the meaning of the story, admitted to not having read both pages, said that somebody else had and not told him, so by definition, unless he's speaking of a Games Workshop employee, which I doubt, that somebody had the second page, and in a video 2024, like in the videos of 3-4 years ago, he didn't bother to read the fucking lore he was recalling. How does that show that I'm wrong on him being fucking shit at lore?
It does seem to demonstrate a lack of reading comprehension, at least.
Yeah, and generally completely morally bankrupt person trying to be a lore YouTuber, while making minor and major mistakes in every single video of lore he ever made. Why the fuck are people even following this guy?
Tasteful as always, Pontius then wraps it up saying I have no commitment to the lore. Let's just see how little commitment I have. I've read the entire Horus Heresy, including the Siege of Terror and all short stories. I've read the entirety of the Caiaphas Cain series.
Pause for just a second, Archly. I know this is probably going to be a hot take from me, but I fully believe that listening to audiobooks and actually reading something are two completely different things. I fully believe you can't digest information, especially a lot of information, if you just listen to someone else read it to you.
I do agree. That is why when I was doing the Horus Heresy lore breakdown series, I listened to the audiobook and read the book, so I could go over it twice. Although I will say, he got further in the Horus Heresy series than I did, as I got really tired of that shit near the end.
Yeah, but the problem is
that he skipped a couple.
Yeah, removing the stuff he skipped or anything, this doesn't demonstrate anything. Removing that technically he hasn't read them, he hasn't listened to them, but that is a technicality. I'm of the opinion, at least for my personal experience, that unless you are reading something and pretty much focusing your brain on reading it, you are not understanding it fully. But even then, if he has read so many of these fucking books, he has taken years to listen to all of this. Like, if it is over 100 books, I doubt he was there 24/7 for like 6 months. He should have been there years, unless he's doing this actively. How in the fuck are his videos so wrong about everything? Like, he goes against his own argument. He has listened to all of this, and yet every time we open a lore video of him for Lord Destroyers, which we have watched dozens, he's wrong about stuff. All the fucking time. Well, like, I'm not making this up. Pio is there, Lamas watched, Lamas at least listened to them. Like, I'm not making this up. Every time he's involved in a video, it is always what he says and what reality is.
It's also the fact that you've got to also remember, the Horus Heresy was released over the course of, I think, like 18 years? So, you know, that's not that many books a year, I suppose. But hey, you know, read all of Cypher's Cain, okay. Cool, what else?
Night Lord's trilogy, the entire Inquisition series, including Ravenor and Bequin. I've also read a number of other non-series novels, such as
Okay, so you've read basically the biggest, most popular ones. That kind of reinforces the argument, though. Like, Horus Heresy, the biggest, most popular, out of them all, pretty much. Eisenhorn, another one of the big ones. And the Night Lords, which is actually a rare outlier of not entirely normal. And Cypher's Cain. Okay. I mean, it's not bad, but this also is very specific lore to those specific settings. If anything, you should be reading army books. The old fluff, the Horus Heresy Bound series. Now, that one, I actually got all of those behind me. The big lore tomes, the, what were they called? You know the one I'm talking about? The ones in big leather-bound books?
The black books of the Horus Heresy?
Yes, those are great.
Yeah, Betrayal is my favorite still.
But that also makes up a very small portion of all of the books in 40k. Not even mention Warhammer. Gotrek and Felix, great goddamn series. Ambassador, another excellent series. But anyways, I suppose this is basically just like a, do I read enough? And well, that is something. That is the basics.
Read them. He might read them. I'm not like making a doubt for it. But the stuff he gets wrong is fucking bewildering. Like, me and Pio, it even ended up in our funny edit about the Lord Destroyer series episode 1. He pretty much went, okay, how did Macarius die? Which there is a version that is in the codexes, which even I consider propaganda for some stuff that came out even in the Imperium Maledictum Codex. And then there is the version in the novels that is extremely specific. And he just went, how he died doesn't really matter. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean how he died doesn't really matter? And then there was his video on the Age of Apostasy that removing explaining the Age of Apostasy in 11 fucking minutes. Good luck fitting the entire story. In fact, it didn't fit even half of it. But at the end, like he was like, oh yeah, and then the Ordo Sicarius was created to oversee the Imperial Church. And I was like, no. The Ordo Sicarius was created because of the events of the old Grand Master of the Official Assassinorum. I don't remember his name. Vangorich, maybe? Could be. And when he pretty much went mad, killed all the High Lords of Terra and took power into the Imperium. After he was killed, after all the events that led to his death, an entire company of Imperial Fist being exterminated against an entire army of, oh my god, Culexus Assassins. Yeah, it should be Culexus Assassins. Then the story of Vangorich, if it was him, because I might be misremembering, was dead. And then the Ordo Sicarius was created to oversee the Assassinorum. Like, I think even you made a video recently about it. The real overseer of the Assassinorum. But he used that for the lore of the Age of Apostasy, where the Ordo Hereticus was created. And at the beginning, he even compared the Age of Apostasy to the fucking Horus Heresy. He said it was worse.
Okay. Well, you have your timeline a little backwards, because Draken Vangorich was the beast. Draken Vangorich was the one who wiped out the High Lords of Terra on the order of the last surviving Imperial Fists, basically. Took control of the Imperium and eventually was purged by the return of the Imperial Fists. The Ordo Sicarius was created after the Age of Apostasy, but not due to the Age. It was due to an internal shadow war within the Inquisition, where one of Gogvandi's agents, God, what's his name? Jarek, I think? Basically tried to subvert the Officio Assassinorum. So it was not created due to the Age of Apostasy, it was created due to that shadow war.
Yeah, that was my main point. It was created regarding events surrounding the Officio Assassinorum. Now, I've never looked into those events. I might actually watch your video for them because they're still interesting, but eh. But yeah, generally, he tried to spin the creation of the Ordo Sicarius as a result of the Age of Apostasy, but no, that's where the Ordo Hereticus was born. If he had read what he claims to have read, he will know.
But that's not always so easy now, is it?
Yeah.
Also, I thought you said he claimed that they were there to oversee the church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
No, the Ordo Sicarius has nothing to do with the ecclesiarchy.
His position was that it was created because of the events surrounding the Age of Apostasy. So, by definition, he's saying that it was created because of the ecclesiarchy. No, that's not true.
Yeah, but after this, I really love how he said, yeah, but the videos direct are old. Then we get a recent one. Oh, no, oh god, oh gosh, I guess they got me. What the fuck should we trust?
Yeah, if his entire position is, oh no, they're only watching the old ones, then we find one that is 1 year old, and he just goes, oh no, I guess I don't know the lore. Like, at that point, are you really open to constructive criticism on the fact that you should fucking read the fact you make, the stuff you make videos about? Like, I can understand if... Even I don't know all the lore of 40k. I just showed it because of the events surrounding the creation of the Ordo Sicarius, because I simply never looked into them. I know them generally. But yeah, even I knew that they were not connected to the Age of Apostasy. But generally, when it comes to a lore video, it seems that he's not even studying the material. Having listened to the materials years ago doesn't mean that you can recount them correctly to teach others. Lore videos are meant to do that, explain stuff to others.
Aldor, Birth of the Imperium, The Infant and the Divine, Lion, Son of the Forest, multiple Primarch books, among others, and I am currently working through Dark Imperium to brush up on my modern day lore. That is almost 100 full-length 40k novels. I've also painted Eldar, Custodes, Orcs, and I'm working on a Night Lord's kill team. I'd say that puts me in the top 0.01%, if not higher, of Warhammer lore readers. I wonder if
top 10% maybe. 0.1, but no, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Pontius has gotten through that many. Maybe he has, but either way, saying I have no commitment to the lore is once again the most brain-dead thing I've heard today. And that's saying something, since I've heard nothing but brain-dead moments from this guy. Now the issue here isn't that Pontius doesn't like my content or finds me inaccurate or doesn't like my style or is pointing out a new problem. I'll cop that. I don't need people to like me or validate me. I actually like the fact that I'm not everyone's cup of tea. The issue is that he is a fucking liar and everything he's discussed and gotten wrong, either through flat out lies or misrepresenting the truth, are things he could have fact-checked pretty easily. The reason why
I didn't lie about anything. I didn't lie about anything. If anything, he confirmed that I didn't lie about anything.
is because it doesn't fit his narrative. He hates me, he wants you to hate me. It's hard to convince you to do that if all of his points are invalid or extremely overblown. This also ties in with a wider issue with these kinds of guys and the overall issue of 40k lore.
Okay, so also to recap, he started by going, oh, he's going to lie. No, there weren't a whole lot of lies here. But I am interested in hearing the overall issue, though, from Major Kill's perspective.
As I've said many times, Warhammer 40k lore represents decades of storytelling spread across hundreds of books with many retcons and a lot of lore that is open to interpretation. GW often also makes in-lore mistakes and canon conflicts, making it even more confusing. Even AI struggles to comprehend it despite having a literal computer brain.
Why would you bring up AI?
I think he's trying to make the point that 40k lore is so massive and so advanced that you cannot be accurate 100% of the time, completely failing from seeing that AI is getting stuff wrong because it is being fed wrong information by a lot of fucking sources.
Okay. Go on, Lum.
He kind of sounds like those one dudes when Rick and Morty first came out, where they're just like, oh, you can't understand the humor of Rick and Morty because you're not smart enough. He sounds exactly like that.
Yeah, but okay, so he has a point. The lore of Warhammer 40k is massive. There's a lot of retcons. GW occasionally fucks up their own lore, mostly in recent years. The famous 8th Legiones Astartes, the Ultramarines, etc. But most of that lore is actually a thing that it's fairly easy to keep up with, honestly. I still remember the overwhelming majority of it. And if you then have contradicting lore, simply just mention that there is contradicting lore. Simple as. And
the problem is that this argument can be mitigated by the fact that the fact that the lore is mutable, the lore changes all the time, doesn't justify the fact that you are wrong about it all the time. At some point, if you do your research, if the lore changes, the info you have given become outdated, but don't become wrong. Because the problem is not that he's giving outdated info that were correct and then they were changed. No, he's giving wrong info. Doesn't matter what the type of lore was. He's giving stuff that was never even remotely canon.
And the thing is, Warhammer 40k's lore has not been in a constant state of flux. It has majoritively been very fixed. Indeed, it's only recent lore that has gotten a lot of things messed up and wrong, basically past Gathering Storm, and a lot of the new lore as well, Dark Imperium, which I haven't even bothered with because I view the entirety of it to be non-canon. The entire idea, for example, that Gilliman is standing opposite a blatant AI, and it's just like, shrug, I guess we're doing AI now. But the mention of AI is weird. Why would you ever expect AI to be able to, complete 40k? Like, do you have any idea how much you would have to feed that AI? Why? That's one of those moments where I'm like, that's weird. Why would you? Unless you've tried to have the AI write your shit for you, but that is a spurious accusation, as I have no basis for it other than that's weird.
Sometimes Lord YouTubers get things wrong. The fucking hypocrite even got something wrong in his video, a mistake that is easily comparable to my mistake about who got servitorized in the female custodian segment.
Stop it, please. No, this is not really comparable. His mistake was literally getting the lore wrong because he didn't bother to read the 2 fucking pages. By this point, I have read upwards of 250 books, including the Horus Heresy and almost all the Siege of Terra because I need to take pauses. I cannot stomach 4 books at a time of the Horus Heresy without going mad. And now I have to slow down because I need to do research for the videos because for every video I'm rereading probably between books and codexes dozens of things. But his mistake was lore of 2 pages, didn't read it, recounted it incorrectly. My mistake that he has even brought up on screen was I remembered the lore correctly, but I misattributed to the wrong book. Because I've read too many events that are similar start fusing with each other. Because I remember the scene where there was Naked Euphrati Killer, and then there was also, in the same book, during an interrogation, Garviel Loken that was pretty much barely covered. And pretty much remembered that and compared it to the original scene that I was mentioning, which was the Naked Space Marine during a shower, which is in Emperor's Gift. So, I got the lore correct, but I gave it to the wrong book as a source. Wow, what a big mistake.
Yeah, to be fair, that is different. Incorrect attribution is not comparable to getting the fact wrong. Fair enough.
Yeah.
If he had approached this with facts, a calm tone, and less personal
we corrected
bias,
it when
then
we
maybe
were made to
a
notice.
point.
So.
But he did the opposite, and if you think his video is clever or well thought out, then I'm sorry, you two need to touch grass. I'll end on this. What is better for Warhammer and bringing people into the hobby? Lots of lore videos from lots of different lore creators with different styles that are 98 to 100% lore accurate and are easy to digest, allowing newcomers into the hobby, or a rage-fueled self-proclaimed true lore master.
The latter.
He literally calls himself that, by the way, with a strong personal agenda and has zero tolerance for any mistakes, no matter how innocent or understandable.
The latter.
This is so much. Yeah, this is so much of a non-issue because my problem is not that they are making mistakes, but that they keep making mistakes. Like, he's trying to spin it as, oh yeah, he has zero tolerance for the people that are wrong about stuff. If this guy was wrong every couple of videos, which it isn't, he's wrong about stuff in every single one, I would have no problem with it. And if the mistakes were also small, that would be a non-problem. But going, oh yeah, I'm trying to explain the lore, I'm trying to give a general introduction to people, and then even there you get fucking stuff wrong, when this is your job, I have zero tolerance for it. Like, okay, you are making videos that are introductory, you are making videos that are small, you're giving general introductions. Why the fuck do you keep getting stuff wrong? Why should I have tolerance for it?
Well, like, I will go harder on the defense of this. Like, I am sick of the, like, oh, let's bring as many people into the... No, I don't care anymore. This is a value from 2014, where we're like, oh, if just everybody liked 40k, then we don't have 40k anymore. I don't want people giving 98%, which is a charitable number, accurate small tidbits for TikToks. I don't want that. I would rather prefer an hour-long video on in-depth nonsense. I would prefer Cardinal Zaphon, which, you know, I bring this guy up because this is one of the lore mistakes I have made that has haunted me for like eternity, because I said that he was killed in one video and I'd forgotten that they found his like mutated body in the cellar of the inner citadel at the end of the book. I've never forgotten that. That has haunted me to this fucking day. That's my autism on this. I fucking hate the accessibility argument. Accessibility has done nothing for Warhammer 40,000. Gatekeeping is what we need. Keeping the thresh out. And simply go like, oh, yeah, it doesn't really matter, you know, we're just here to have fun. Oh, it's not serious. It's just a silly setting about space marines and shit. No. I care about it. I like it. If you don't care about it, you can go away. That's my position now.
Yeah, and generally, like, he's making it pass as if I have an elitist kind of view on 40k. My problem is with people that purposefully or just ignorantly keep misrepresenting the lore. I even say it at the end of my video that generally applying to everyone, because he didn't bother to watch my entire video, remember that lore YouTubers are not infallible. which is the truth. Everyone could get stuff wrong, could word stuff wrongly. I even worded the stuff wrongly in the same video, because I said during the video, because the script was too long, I reread it and probably missed it, that I worded it in the worst way possible, where I said about the Interx that they were 100% ignorant of chaos. But keep in mind, that is from my own vision of it. They knew chaos existed because they are the Eldar Masters that told them and such, but at the same time, they understood fucking zero of it. That's what I meant, because they saw the Luna walls and thought they were warriors of Khorne. So already, we are not matching color, we are not matching symbolism, so already wrong info. They saw fucking Erebus and told him nothing. They didn't recognize chaos, corruption, or even just something weird about him. And they were, once again, being trained by the fucking Eldars. Other than that, when the Cambria Khana team disappeared, instead of suspecting an agent of chaos in the Imperium or even in their own ranks and trying to find it because, chaos can be invasive, they are always scheming. No, they went completely and utterly retard mode and turned instantly on the Imperium and pretty much started hostilities. That's what I meant when I said 100% ignorant. Not that they didn't know that they existed, but that they understood fucking zero of how chaos acted. But one point I made in the video is, lore YouTubers are not infallible, but they must strive to be. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but you have to try to at least be perfect. Major Kill has never tried. His videos are a fucking mess of lore.
Yes, you do have to try to be. I do not like the ideas like, I'm just trying to make it be digestible. I don't give a shit. If it's not digestible, don't eat it.
Yeah, and
Simple
I hate
as.
how he says, 98% accuracy.
Yeah.
It's not even 60. But okay.
You said he made a video on the age of apostasy that was 11 minutes long. I can't begin to imagine, other than, I don't know, like there was this bad guy and he did bad things and people were upset with him. I did a video on that just from the perspective of the Sisters of Battle that was an hour fucking long.
He said that Gog Vandire was an extremely charismatic man. When he said it, there is even the edit. If you want to go on my channel, you find my reaction. Go on my YouTube channel. I'll tell you where to find the reaction. It is a very short video, so like it is probably a 40-second reaction, but you can see how he reacted to it. I was dying, like inside at that part.
Yeah, no mention of the Confederation of Light. Just this old guy just spawned and challenged Vandire.
Yeah. Okay, the video is Lord Destroyers, the best of episode 1, and you have to go at 20 minutes and 50 seconds.
Oh, first, I want to finish this, because we're almost done.
Who would you rather hang out with or talk about Warhammer with? Who is going to bring people into the hobby? I'll take this a step further. Astartes was full of lore problems before GW bought it.
Astartes was a fan-made
Hold on
piece
there.
of content.
Okay. First and foremost, Astartes actually did a very good job, lore-wise. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, Astartes' inaccuracies, oh yeah, sure, there were inaccuracies, but it mentioned, like, the Umbra, like, really old, dark, niche lore. The Space Marines act precisely like Space Marines. They move like Space Marines. They fight like Space Marines. If you want to defend a canful of inaccuracies, then the overall quality of Astartes is good enough to take a shot at it for being... never mind.
And made it canon. The
No,
Retributors didn't exist.
His entire position on this, that you will see in a second, is literally, the Retributors didn't exist, the Xenod doesn't exist, these events are non-canon because they don't exist. Okay, yeah, that's the concept of fan-made. The main author didn't want to touch on lore content, on official content, because he wanted to do his own thing and probably was trying to avoid
Is that what he says?
infringing on the copyright of 40k.
I want to hear
It was
that.
full of lore problems before GW bought it and made it canon. The Retributors didn't exist.
Okay, Retributors didn't exist. No, they technically did. Remember, Games Workshop themselves said you can make any chapter you want. So
Those Psyker guys didn't exist.
those Psykers guys absolutely do exist. There's nothing unusual about their powers. Telekinesis to stop the bullets, time slowing, electricity, all of these. We know Psykers have these abilities. you might argue that they're too varied. The Psychers have on occasion been mentioned to only have one powers, other occasion they've been mentioned to have several powers, but no, there's nothing unusual about their powers.
The alien orb thing didn't exist.
It did! It's an Umbra!
Yeah, it's an Umbra.
Yeah. No, fuck you. Okay, so your entire thing is like, I'm 98% accurate. Wrong.
It was full of lore problems, yet it was also considered one of the greatest pieces of Warhammer content ever made.
Yeah, but you were wrong on all of those. Motherfucker.
You have to remember, he's now better. He's now a lot more lore accurate.
Now, I will give you the Umbra, right? The Umbra is a very, very niche piece of 40k lore. So I'm not even going to be like, oh my god, how couldn't you know this is incredibly basic? But no, the Umbras have been around for quite some time. They're basically these like floating orbs of nightmare things that tear people apart and violate the laws of fucking physics and reality, etc.
I even covered them for my video on the origins of the Emperor, because they were explained in the book of Xenology.
Yes,
all their biology abilities and such, they're all explained there.
Yeah. So that. Damn it. Anyways, moving on. Almost done.
It was universally celebrated and brought in hundreds of thousands of people into the hobby, if not millions. Pontius is a sad little man and not what we want the community to be. Even if you agree with a lot of his lore opinions, such as no female space marines, which I actually agree with, there shouldn't be female space marines, he's not the person you want to champion or to represent you. I'm only being this brutal because he's a fucking liar and I have no tolerance for that kind of shit. Hopefully he learns from this, but somehow I doubt it.
I would rather have Pontius represent me than you, Major Kill, because you just made three major mistakes, stated authoritatively, about the most popular piece of 40k content. If you cannot get 3 pieces correct about the single most popular piece of 40k content ever produced, how are you qualified to speak on this matter?
Yeah, in general, even the fact that he goes, oh yeah, who do we want leading a champion in the community? The guy that actually reads his fucking lore books, or the guy that is in more controversies than fucking George Bush at this point? Like, he goes for it. Oh no, yeah, he's extremely annoyed with the others. He doesn't have any tolerance for mistakes. Guys, this is your job. You make money out of it. You make livable money out of this. Some of you are making generational wealth out of it. Why the fuck should I cut you some slack? You're not somebody doing it for passion with 5 minutes videos where they try to explain something. This is your job. Do it seriously.
And the problem is, because he's casting moral aspersions. Like, I am a better champion for 40k. Okay, right, fair enough. But you yourself were like, oh, I've made countless mistakes. Oh, I make mistakes all the time. Oh, I own up to it. Yes, I was selling steroids. Yes, I'm peddling porn. Yes, I'm doing it on my YouTube channel. Like, I don't mind these things, but you're not making a fantastic moral argument here.
Yeah, like if you want to see how much stuff we found wrong, like open our YouTube. Like fuck, I will link it to you. Not even going for you going and actually finding it. Let me send it to you. And go at 20 minutes and 50 seconds. Look at the claim he makes about Gog Van Dyer. Removing that for the entire fucking video, he calls him George Van Dyer, and it was a very fucking annoying. But yeah.
But yeah,
20 minutes and what?
Hey guys. 20 minutes and 50 seconds.
50 or 15?
No, 50.
50.
Yeah. Show it on screen because I'm not seeing it. No, okay.
Van Dyer. I read it as Gog Van Dyer. But George Van Dyer is out of the world even for me.
George was a smart, charismatic man who rose to the top of the Adeptus Administratum.
It's George.
Smart, charismatic man? He was literally a fucking maniac manipulator. People were scared of him. A smart, charismatic man. He became my lord of the fucking administratum by subterfuge and blackmail.
And threats. And assassinations.
He was so charismatic, everyone who hated him and was afraid of him.
He was so charismatic, they wanted to kill him. Fucking god.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Gog Von Tier very much so ruled through terror more so than anything else. But smart, charismatic. I don't know. No.
Yeah.
Not entirely off point, I guess.
But some people criticize the video for just talking about female marines and female custodies. The problem is that it was the only argument everyone had in common, because we usually talk about everything else on the Lord Destroyers. So
yeah, pretty much one thing that all the people that were featured in the last video were had in common were that all of them either believed that the female custodies could exist, had good lore, or that female space marines could exist. Like, pretty much the main brand of a shitty lore YouTuber is having one of those opinions, because at that point you don't know even how the fucking universe works. So
yes, female space marines cannot exist. And if they do exist, that's the end of 40k.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad. It only took an hour 30 minutes. It's pretty good. pretty solid, honestly. Yeah, you ignorant slut, Lum. That is still my favorite announcement. Let's see. Oh, God, I need to catch up with some of the super chats.
Yeah, go for some of the super chats, then we'll move to the next thing.
Because the next thing is fairly short, whereas you sent me a bunch of screenshots, apparently.
Yeah. I was sent these screenshots from different people that are in the community of Major Kill. Some of them I even sent just to check if the screenshots were real. They indeed were real. So I had like 3 or 4 people all discuss about it. And once again, Major Kill shows his true face and shows why he made these videos. So feel free to read the screenshots out loud, so people that are not watching the screen can actually read them.
Lum.
Huh?
I'm not reading that.
Fine. Alright. Major Kill. Pew pew. Dramatic noises, but I'll end it.
No, look at the time. It is from under to over. You're reading upside down.
Shut up. Okay. He posts Pontius's video. I'm not going to read out the link because of the fuck. And he says, but I'll end it. Dramatic noises. Pew pew. The channel size is whatever, but the video was blowing up. At the end of the day, you can tell he is the kind of person that hates himself and blames everyone else. The response was more so just for reputation protection than wanting to have a stab. Although it was fun having a stab. It's a lot easier making those vids when it's people like him or Gamza or whatever. The proper degens, life is too good for murder charges. What the fuck is that about?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Life is too good for murder charges. Whatever. The dude has just capped his overall channel potential, though. No, Pontius is just starting. There isn't a huge audience for those culture war basement dwellers. Okay, you're speaking. Fucking loser. Arch has gained like 30k subs in the last 4 years, and he's the biggest of them. Gamza never recovered from the SmackDown. I don't know who the fuck Gamza is.
Commissar Gamza was another channel he had problems with.
I mean, he's not wrong, but I have gained 114,000 subs, more correctly, over the 4 years. And the thing is,
it's hard for him to count.
He's also correct, right? You're not going to be able to grow as large when you're doing stuff like this, when you're trying to change culture, when you're trying to push political things to better things. It's absolutely true. If you just simply ride the fence, try not to have an opinion, try not to be offensive or change anything, you will attract a lot more people. But at the end of the day, I believed that 40k was more important than that. I wanted 40k to be non-political, and I wanted to do something to do it. I will defend that decision to my dying day, and you are welcome, Major Kill, for all I have done in order to defend your right to make idiotic jokes.
But generally, like, he thinks that every single video we make is some kind of drama-chasing video. Once we were done with this video, both me and Pio were like, we now have nothing else to fucking talk about community. We can just focus on lore. Because literally, we made this 2-hour long video because it was the last problem we had with the community that we wanted to address. Now we're going to focus only on lore because literally we have nothing else to talk about. So
If we wanted to farm, we should have like make a lot of smaller videos on all of them.
Yeah, we should have
made a
made
single one.
We should have made 8 videos covering every single one of them. Instead, we made 1 2-hour-long one.
I mean, I think your computer would thank you and not
Yeah.
almost die from rendering.
There is still screens to read. The Lum. Come on.
Let's see. It's just a circle jerk of sad cunts, and now whenever someone will search his channel name, the video calling him a disgrace will come up. The SEOs and its view count will be too high, so he's forever tainted, and that isn't a very popular way to approach the lore. It's way too hectic. Yeah, it's a one and done. Oh, I'm guessing someone's asking, are you planning to ignore your
The
video?
comment, because I left a comment dismantling his response even under his video. So he made the video, hopefully in the case somebody searches my name and finds this video first. Like if somebody sees Major Kill calling me a disgrace and just goes, oh yeah, this guy seems very right about it, I will never search for the Pontius again. If anything, being called a disgrace by fucking Major Kill gives me points, like it is a medal. There are people that actually complained that oh yeah, but you have just burned out so many you have just burned out so many bridges with this video, and I was like, okay, you're starting with the presupposition that I give a fuck about those bridges because like that I want to work or be friends with these people. Why would I?
Holy fuck,
I don't have any respect for them. I don't have any kind of appreciation for their content. I don't like them. Why the fuck would I want to work with them? I have a morality that I follow. If I don't like somebody, I will not work with them.
That's 33 comments in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
He was upset about
he's obviously
this.
he's obviously not wounded on the ego. He just made all this many comments about it.
But okay, like, so his basically argument is like, oh, views SEO. Like,
wait a second. You did miss one of the comments where he said that the Europeans, when he visited Europe, were very rapey.
They're extremely rapey, yes. Australians arguing about Europeans being rapey. But, okay, so he's basically is like, oh, but you've chapped your channel growth. What about the SEO, bro? What about the sponsorships? And like, this is a fundamental difference between me and sounds like the Pontius as well and people like Major Kill. I don't give a shit. I know I could have been significantly larger. I could have done far better in 40k if I'd shut up, if I'd toed the line, if I'd appeased the powers that be, the companies. But if I did that, I would have to see Warhammer 40,000 die. I would have to just sit by and watch it atrophy as GW does worse and worse shit. I didn't want to do that. And I am happy to consider that a superior moral consideration to just, oh, but YouTube.
I mean, Arch, it's like, okay, you and Pontius and people like Major Kill are in two separate camps. You, Pontius, and everyone else like you guys do this because you have passion for 40k, care about the lore. This is a hobby for you. You don't give a shit. Why are you like this? I'm trying to be nice.
I know.
Anyways,
I don't like it.
You guys, shut up. You guys do it because you genuinely enjoy making videos like this. People like Major Kill, Bricky, all of them do it because they want to make money out of it. They just see it as capital gains. They don't give a shit. They will do whatever it takes to maximize their revenue. Okay, I'll shut up. I'm trying to say something nice, and Arch just punishes me.
Based. Welcome to the world of Pio. Welcome to the world of Pio.
Because you're becoming too preachy.
Come on, finish your point, though. I was curious of hearing how it ends.
But anyways, you guys are legitimate in what you do. They just care about corporate growth and money. So I will automatically just ignore what the fuck most of those fuckers have to say. And that's why I watch your videos, Pontius, and that's why I watch Arch, even though I already hear him way too fucking much during the week, but his videos are good.
I really like this can, though. Foots. I like the Uskun Serveren. I don't even know what that means, but I like it. Friestrank mit Planten.
Shut up, Arch.
In Fruchten extracten.
Shut up, Arch.
And even then, like even when it comes to this kind of stuff, like audiences and such, the channel of Major Kill is materially dying. He gets barely 100,000 views per video at this point, and he publishes them, I think, 3 or 4 times a week. And at the same time, he has like almost 700,000 subscribers. Like his video trying to take us down has less views of our video taking them down. So our video that is 2 hours long, that is published on a channel that has dozens of times less viewership than his and such, until now has done better than his own video, even on ratio of likes and dislikes. Because if you go to watch his video, it has less likes and more dislikes than our video. So I wouldn't really talk from like this high throne like he does as being like this giant YouTuber. His channel is getting outviewed by fucking AI-made videos. The guy can start counting his days because his channel is going to go.
And now I can go to my Superchats. The YouTube SEO is ephemeral. It will come, it will go. Krieger, $50, thank you. I don't think that was an Umbra. Umbras have power, shadow, and act more feral than the thing did, according to Xenology. And on that note, it seems to exist mostly in the Warp. It looks more like a Warp NT and an intelligent one too. Team Factoria. The Umbras are Warp creatures. That's one of the reasons why people don't quite know how they work, because they're partially warpish.
Yeah, they're partially warpish, and usually they appear in pretty much around the warp engines because of their connection to the warp. But they are material they are pretty much half material entities that can use the warp as their main weapon. There is another xenospecies that does this, which is the Uvat. I don't know if you know them, Arch, but it is a very old xenospecies. Yeah, but generally, if I have to like make an assumption, I think it is more of a mixture of both than something completely original. It is probably closer to the UVATs in concept, but in design and the way they work, it is more closer to an Umbra than a UVAT.
Yeah, UVAT is definitely a part of it as well. So it's a little bit of a mix of both, but Umbras too. Like Umbra, UVAT, definitely a little bit of interpretation, inspiration from both of them. Factorio team. Goddamn, did we?
Yeah, Flynn, the problem is that his entire point in those messages is, oh yeah, it is very easy to go against small channels that make this kind of videos. Yeah, okay. If he's going to use numbers as an argument, I am going to. So, like, generally, it is not a matter of I'm comparing viewership. He started first, so now I'm just spitting some truth about it. If you are getting outperformed actively by fucking AI channels, maybe you are not that good of a YouTuber. Generally.
But it's not showing me the... Damn it. Oh, no, it hasn't deleted anything. Well, Lums off the hook. Well, there we go. Just watch Brandon Herrera talk about it. FN are making the closest thing to a real-life bolter. FN Metal 30.
I saw that. I love it.
Actually, I haven't heard about this. Oh, that's kind of cute. Semi-automatic 30mm grenade launcher. Well, semi-automatic. They got to up their game there. They got to hit the full auto. Then I'll be happy. 5-round box magazine, though. I do like it. Skull Throne 888. Well, Arch, the Diagnosis came back as MS. Ah, that's really sucks, dude. I'm so sorry to hear it. Punish the food fish with the cookie sitting in your DM.
What?
Cookie?
No, sorry if I'm answering to the chat. Derek Zilla, the point is not the amount of views the AI channels are getting, but if they are getting them from you, That's the difference. It is not how many people are watching an AI channel, but how many people are not watching you to watch an AI channel. Our videos are not very much easily copied by AI channels because they are extremely massive and have extreme levels of research behind it. Those on Major Kill are literal slop. They are not AI, but they are literal slop. They are stuff that is 10 minutes long, that is very easy to copy, and that doesn't give any kind of information that an AI wouldn't give you. So, the problem is not how many views AI channels are getting, but if you are losing views because of AI channels. He even made a video complaining that it is what is happening. So,
it's very easy for AI to copy that style of characters, yes. That really sucks, Skull Throne. I hope there's good treatment options available for you. That really, really sucks. Fritz Imperial, Hail Arch, Pontius and Lum. The left are incapable of good world building because they can't see any second where the politics aren't or shouldn't be the norm. Also, when next Gator stream?
Are you ready to rut this
Well,
yellow mare's
when next Gator stream?
buttery butt?
And didn't you want to do Gators sometime next week?
Hi.
You said you wanted to finish up Alien Isolation, and then we were going to start up the Gator streams again. Because they told you what times I'm available.
Well, pick a day, Lum.
Well, the streams are probably going to have to be a little earlier in the day, Arch, because I still need to sleep before work.
You don't.
Yes, I do. We'll discuss times later. We'll plan out a day, guys.
Dr. Lushk to Pontius, may your hate march be eternal. No pity, no remorse.
No fear.
Oh no, CA needs to get taught before they finally find a good game to ruin. Also, I seem to recall that Arch got started by fanboying to Total Warhammer. I did indeed. I was super excited for Total War Warhammer. I was just like, I have to talk about this. And then that somehow became a thing. I'm very happy. Otherwise, I'd have to do probably programming work. That would make me upset. Tanushi, once again, I reiterate that Hassan must fly to the Cuban carrot patch on Pinochet Airlines. Add this the Blowfish Lumi Fund. Blowfish Lumi Fund?
What is the Blowfish Lumi Fund?
Don't know.
Arch, what'd you do?
Not sure.
I'm curious to see a Blowfish version of Lumi now.
Heresy's the question. Fire.
Eric Just, Malkador, let's make the Primarchs female. That will remove the rivalry and infighting. Malkador has never had sisters, has he? What do you say, Lum?
Huh? I kind of zoned out and I didn't hear anything you said.
That's okay, Lum. We don't expect much from you. Do sisters infight?
Do sisters infight?
Mm-hmm.
They're women. Of course they'll infight.
Yeah, usually the main infighting is because they are all wearing the same stuff, so they just beat each other up for it.
Yeah, that was one of the dumbest lines in the Horus Heresy, where Malkador is like, oh, I wish he'd made you all sisters. That would stop the rivalry. Yeah.
I will not say who said this. We were in a call when we were writing our script about the female Marines, which had a quote. I will not say who said this in the while we were writing the script, but when we added the quote into the script, somebody, again I will not say who, made the comment, woman making things easier and making things more and working together more peacefully. This truly is science fiction. Somebody made a comment, I will not tell who did it, but somebody made it. We laughed our asses off, then we scrapped it and it was only left in the script that was published on Patreon because we wanted to give it to the people that actually pay for our content. So they were the only ones to know for it. Now everyone knows. It was a joke, by the way. We weren't serious, but yeah.
Oh, that's fucking funny. You know what? That just makes me think. You think all the sisters would sync up on their times a month? And how bad would that be?
I think it would. I think it would because of Korn. Because thanks to TTS, I refer to that as the Red Rage, and I see it pretty much as a small payment to the God of Blood.
Trick or treat.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh no, Eric's just comment is proof that Malkador spent his whole life in a cloistered monastery. Yes. Antos 32, I said this last week, but want Pontius take. TTS partially caused the community's decline. You can't even discuss lore now without it turning into memes.
It is true. It has caused a lot of problems. TTS was very good content. The problem is that too many people took it too seriously. I'm trying once again to divorce the work from the artist because, to be honest, I saw Brew Alpha Busa outside of those videos on his Twitter and such. The guy is an hardcore leftist, and I have zero ways to like him because of it. He was an hardcore one, and he was I think even one of those that went against you, Arch, when the entire bandwagon was created. But yeah, generally, not a pleasant person to be around, in my opinion. But the work was interesting, it was fun, it had its own storyline, but mainly, yeah, too many people took it too seriously, and it started damaging the lore, because people started taking memes seriously.
Well, the problem is, it was one of those introductionary things that people started to take as an introduction to the lore. And this was then, because I don't blame TTS, because TTS was always very obviously satirical. It was never intended to be taken seriously. The problem then came in when the people who wanted to learn the lore came across tons of channels who also didn't take the lore seriously. I don't mind memes, because they're memes by definition. The issue is that we then had a whole lot of amateurs whose primary objective was to bring in as many people as possible to feed the algorithm machine, rather than ensure that the people who were coming in actually gave a shit about the setting.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is the difference between tourist and new buys. It was just one symptom of the greater problem, but it was still part of the problem, which is the same thing I told Major Kill. Major Kill, like, even in the comment that I left under his video, I told him, I dislike you for many reasons, but one of the main reasons you ended up in my video is that you are still part of the problem that is still going in the 40k community, which is slowly eroding the lore of 40k. Like, I didn't say to him, you are the problem, but I told him, you are part of the problem. You are part of the cause.
We just need to start having standards again. That's simple. Angelos, Dragonmaster Outcast, hello Swede, Colombian, and Spaniards. Question, with your vast lore knowledge, what did Big E prefer, spaghetti bolognese or marinara? And then YouTube does its loading thing again.
I hate to break it to you, but they are the exact same thing. Marinara sauce is actually bolognese sauce. I think it has like one ingredient of difference. But spaghetti alla bolognese still use marinara sauce. So, yeah, he will like them both because they are both the same thing.
Danny.
Yeah.
That's not true.
What do you mean?
The marinara sauce is one of the many ingredients of bolognese.
Yeah, but still, it is still being used.
Yeah, but it's not the same thing.
But okay, the tomato. They both use the same fucking ingredients. Shut the fuck up.
I can say all the ingredients of bolognese right now.
Go for it.
Okay, it's milk, ground beef, tomato sauce or marinara. Then it's salt, pepper. Then you have to make a vegetable broth and you put it little by little. And let it simmer for cook for like 2 hours after you.
For us in the south, you just described bolognese, Pio. What the fuck is bolognese on you then?
Yeah, no, that was bolognese.
That's bolognese.
Yeah.
Marinara is just tomato sauce.
No, it isn't just tomato sauce. It is marinara with ground beef and heavy cream. That's marinara sauce.
Yeah, but the sauce, but the dish marinara, the difference, like, even I know this, for fuck's sake. Bolognese comes with the ground meat and meatballs. Marinara is without that shit.
It's not... Oh my god, I don't know.
It is confusing.
I don't know. I thought marinara was just tomato sauce with garlic and herbs.
Yes, marinara is just fucking spaghetti with tomato sauce and shit. It's the most boring food ever invented.
You South are more African than Italian. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up, Nordish. Jesus, don't mind Pio. He lives in the northern part of Italy, so their cooking sucks. Don't mind him.
Bolognese is from Bologna. It's more north than south. What the fuck do you mean for us in the south?
Shut the fuck up.
Also, I missed the very adequately named super chat from Silence You Idiot. Thank you. Hey, people. Glad to see you on Side Scrolls and jive with Craig, Lumi. I thought it was a joke at first, but he seems interested in cartoon girls.
I've been on Side Scrollers before, and I'll be on there again soon-ish, TM. But I love yapping with Craig and Labs, and it was actually Arch that was like, Lum, get on Side Scrollers. I'm like, okay.
I know.
And I was there.
Wait, you guys went and didn't invite me? I tried to get onto Side Scrollers years ago. Assholes, they didn't invite me.
Sindus, every Creative Assembly dev I have met has been a woke communist, and I have never been told by the devs the CA hide based on ideology. Ben, Lum on head, please. I did. Diswiz, double Luigi pasta, pizza, Lum feet pastry. Feet pastry.
What?
Diswiz?
I mean, there is a reason Lum likes French wine, because it is pressed with the feet. So
I don't like wine; it's icky.
Because it is made with feet.
Am I hearing the ArchCast best character? Pio. Pio.
Yes.
Yo.
Pio.
Oh, jeez.
That's great. I like that.
It looks incredibly cute. I will admit that. I will squeeze it.
Jizz.
Poisonous.
Look at the little Pio and Pontius. It's cute. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Pio is the parrot on the show.
Ben, Ponty, thoughts on necromorphs in 40k? What would be scarier, a necromorph space marine or a necromorph orc boy?
To be honest, a necromorph orc boy, because we don't know how the necromorph virus will react to the bodies of the orcs. They have a lot of fucking meat to work with. Every single one of them will be gigantic.
Yeah, and the problem is they'd connect into that and they'd tap into all of that latent stored information from the old ones and be like, wow, look at this.
Trick or treat. Can I smell your feet?
Ray, get this heretical man off my screen.
And then you have the hive mind just getting completely annihilated by Gork and Mork.
700 cult followers for this man. Too many sexual jokes. Children following this man.
I have lost.
Whole thing is sketchy. Why hating? Hail my two favorite Italian YouTubers. And fish. Alex Roberts, could you elaborate on Arch/Modeskill relationship before the backstab? There wasn't really much of a relationship. I invited him on because I was like, I want to show you off. I was told you're a cool person. I want to show you off to my audience. I remained civil and I offered to help him out in whatever way he needed at the end of it. Then he started taking shots at me, at which point I was like, okay. Well, all right then. Cabra not here. Bob. His name was Robert Paulson. Bob. Max the Red 92. Time to test Lumlum's 40k knowledge. How the Imperial ships travel the warp.
Oh my god, really?
I don't know.
Okay, I will stop talking to Lum. I have a reputation to defend. I cannot stay around people that don't know the lore of 40k. I'm sorry, Lum. I already have a girlfriend.
Gellerfield, Lum.
No,
hey, that's why I talk to you, so I can learn.
I don't think though the question was asking about Gellerfields, because it was not like how do they defend themselves inside the warp. I think it was more how they enter it. In that case, the answer is warp engines.
Yeah, but that's a Gellerfield. The Gellerfield is what allows them to propel them through the warp. It's basically the warp engine.
Wait, hold on.
Well, not really, because
isn't the warp engine where they put a bunch of bodies and then they just go?
No.
I thought it was blood sacrifices.
No, not really blood sacrifices. It is that usually the people sent to recharge them are convicts destined to die, and they die while recharging the engine. But not really, because the concept that the warp engine is also the Gellerfield is actually wrong, because the warp engine is the one opening a tear in reality to teleport you into the warp. The Gellerfields are a different kind of equipment that projects a bubble of reality around the ship. I never saw them being called, pretty much being considered the same thing. So in this case, no.
BG2 Titan. Pure starch for those fighting the heretic. Pure starch.
Yeah, there is a giant meme about Pio starch, because We wanted to pretty much Pio canonically in the lore of the videos is a clone, so the clones that die get made into Pio stars that then we feed Pio. Pio likes it.
Yes.
Ben, Arch, you should blame your inability to find a reason to blame blah 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 herself. It's clearly your fault after all. It is her fault.
I saw your feet.
Onu, it's been around for 32 months, thank you. If Hurun had done the proper thing and ignored the administratum, raised his legion, kept paying his taxes, the Badab War would never have happened. Well, until an Inquisitor popped by. Rasmus 0211, Arch brings angry Italian. Give him money. Thank you. Warnhara gives me $20 and says nothing. Thank you.
The answer.
Gabriel Nazaire, for Pontius, have you played Rogue Trader, the RPG? Would you consider making a lore review of it? He died.
Sorry, my connection died for a second. What did you say?
Have you played the Rogue Trader game, and would you consider making a lore review of it?
Yes, I have played it, and I already have in program to pretty much review the entirety of the lore that there is in there and compare it against the lore of the Coronos Expanse. But I can tell you already, don't consider the game even remotely canon. This is a spoiler for many people. The game is good, don't get me wrong. I have the collector edition. I can show photo proof if I must. I paid a lot for it because I love Rogue Traders. But the game by itself, while good, is misrepresenting the Coronos Expanse in the worst ways possible, especially for how OP your fucking character is. Because I can understand like power scaling, but the game cannot be true when your party of 6 spends its time killing entire squadrons of Chaos Marines, a changer of ways of as a demon prince of Zinch, and then the final boss fight of the game is literally the fucking shard of the Void Dragon. You would have been dead probably not even halfway through the game. So yeah, it is a good game, but don't consider it even remotely canon.
Lum.
Huh?
It is your job now to read Superchats. For I must urinate.
You've been marking off the ones that you were reading, right, Arch?
Uh-huh.
Of course. Okay. Why do you leave your mic open? Oh my god, whatever. Okay. Why you hating? Comment on a lore video speculated that the Astral Claws may have actually had their gene seed origin from the Lunar Wolves due to shitty record keeping.
It could have been, but the main point that made them fall to chaos, as I explained even in the theory I showed in Badab War Part 5, has very little to do with the Gene Seed and very much to do with the Ghost Razors. The Ghost Razors are the Power Claw of Euron. They were a relic that was in the keeping of the Tiger Claws, a chapter that was destroyed because considered tainted by chaos, on which last surviving company came back from the warp and hid pretty much in the Maelstrom Zone together with the Astral Claws. And they gifted to Euron that claw when he accepted them into the chapter because they wanted to hide them, because they were, you are going to get destroyed by the Inquisition. We need Astartes here because we are in the shit here because the Administratum has taken away, the Elors have taken away one of the chapters and have not replaced it. So we need Astartes, you need to hide, you are Astral Claws now. And they gave him the Ghost Razors. Those fucking Razors, that Power Claw, was sus from the time I made Badab War Part 3. But by Badab War Part 4, I was so exhausted of talking about the Badab War because I was doing it from 3 months straight that I just went, okay, Part 5 will have to wait. Then, after a bit of time to go back into normality of the videos, I started exposing my theory to people, especially to patrons, because we have meetups where we discuss lore and where we discuss future videos. And I exposed to them what I thought, I showed them the proof for it, and they were like, you actually have a solid theory, do a video on it. And that's Badab War Part 5. So if you want a real theory as to why they fell to chaos the way they did, watch my video Badab War Part 5. Because I think the main connection is the Ghost Razors, the Tyrant's Claws, the weapon that Euron has constantly on himself. And I'm not saying this randomly. It is evidenced in the Codex of the Part 2 of the Badab War Codex in Imperial Armor that it is specified he always is wearing that. So.
Yeah, everyone, go watch Pontius' video on the Badab War.
I mean, not even the entire story. If you're interested just on the theory as to why he fell to chaos, just go and watch Part 5.
If you're not a bitch, go listen to all of them. Okay, let's Cowboy Commando. Flasket's new Space King video dropped a great execution one-liner. You're not canon. Tempted to make a gif of it for use whenever folks try to justify female space marines / custodians. I mean, do it. I already seen videos. I already seen people using that gif on like everything in Discord and Twitter. So don't let that stop you. Lord Commissary Spartan, $10 of Art of Lumi as Minotaur LMAO. I'm gonna purposely tell Arch that's for something else. Tomahawk, how do I make pasta? Flour, egg, mix, knead, cut, boil. There you go. That's how you make pasta.
The true question to ask is lasagna technically a pasta cake?
Yes.
Pio, we need your insight. Is the lasagna pasta cake?
Yes.
Okay, this Pio is to discard. We will need a new one.
I mean, come on, it's basically like a cake. It's layered all nicely. You can use cheese, meat, and everything instead of like, frosting. And look at there you go. You can cut it all nice. You can see the layers. It's beautiful.
I have successfully urinated.
True question. Lasagna with or without ricotta cheese?
Without, yeah, it is better. Usually because we put in mozzarella, so putting on cheese is just a bit too much.
That's not true.
You know what? Fair.
That's because you suck.
The original traditional recipe does not have mozzarella on it.
The original traditional recipe sucks. Put mozzarella on that shit. Don't listen to people.
That back.
Shut up.
Okay, Arch. So I got through 4 super chats.
4. Wow, good job. That's 3
I
more than I expected.
About the ghost razors of urine.
Yeah, Pontius was being Pontius. It's okay.
A lot of bechamel in the lasagna. As much as you can fit into it without it being pure bechamel. Yeah.
Yeah, we got up to Tomahawk.
Sent 500 warp tokens. Since we have Mario Brothers here, what do you think of a guy called Live from the back library? I can't get good reading on him and Stone Shard.
I have heard him mentioned a couple of times, but we have never watched his videos because we don't watch videos of other creators at random. Usually they're suggested on our Patreon for Lord Destroyers, and we watch what we are suggested. So if until now we have been sent nothing, it is a good sign. But once again, in case, watch and get your opinion on it.
Siegfried von Filsenbrot. Hi Arch, hi Pontius, hi Pio, hi Footfish. And lastly, hi Major Kill, because I know you're watching this. Homestuck Fund. Homestuck Fund. Flash Kits. Oh, Flash Kits. Yeah, I'm watching that next week. That'll be fun.
You ignorant slut.
Hopefully. Raven, it's been for 21 months. Ashley, when is the new calendar fund starting? Next year. Because I didn't feel like I had enough time to do it properly this year. And I want to pre-arrange all of the artists so I can do it better. Because I'm upset that I didn't do the first one good enough. Hussein Mod.
Sorry. Oh, wait. You weren't done speaking? Or you were reading a new super chat?
A new one.
Okay, sorry, I interrupt for a second. Chubby Ninja, the problem is not that I like to be obnoxious. Even if you can ask Pio, I'm pretty much normally an asshole, and I'm proud of it. I'm not very much a pleasant person to be around when I'm neutral. But generally, I do find that being complacent with other people when they are being so wrong about so much stuff is part of the problem. My main good quality that I consider my best quality is by the fact that I am constantly an asshole. If I'm not an asshole towards you, you have to take it as a good sign. Pretty much, I always tell the truth. No matter how rude it sounds, no matter how shitty it sounds, no matter how much people want me to pretty much just sprinkle sugar on the truth. If you're an asshole, you will be called an asshole by me. If you're not called an asshole, take that as a good sign. So yeah, I'm pretty much a very unpleasant and obnoxious person. But at the same time, that brings me to pretty much being sincere all the time. I never lie to people because I have no reason to, and I have zero interest in protecting their emotions. So, by that definition, do you prefer a false me or a true me? That's pretty much it.
But people's feelings, Pontius, you gotta care about those.
No, Chubby Ninja, it was not my ego that pushed me to shit on other shitty YouTuber for 2 hours. It is how much I was fed up with the conditions of this fucking community. People can do whatever the hell they want, but in the end, I am part of this community too. And if I have a problem with it, I will bring it up. I brought it up. I brought up very many problems. I brought up very many pieces of proof in favor of what I see is happening in the community. You are free to pretty much consider me an asshole, because you will be even half right. But at the same time, I didn't make that video for ego. I brought proof beginning to end. There was zero ego involved. The only person I despise personally in that entire roster is Major Kill. And because he has a very shitty reputation because of how much stuff he has done. So.
Varanari for 1-page rules law fund, now 4K fund of a broken truth. 2 army box sets, Dinos vs Robots, and 12 days go. What about an alternative? Who you guys played and explored lore? Conflict 4-7, Grimdark, Future, Age Fantasy. I just decided to make my own one.
Based. I prefer to be honest to play the Cyberpunk Red tabletop RPG. Like, if I have to go for another Grimdark kind of lore, that is pretty good actually.
And Hussein Mohammed, I love the angry Italians. They're the old Lord's race. The action was the same as normal Italians and putting ketchup on the spaghetti.
I don't get why people eat those. There are people that truly eat those.
Ben, Ponty, I keep seeing videos of 8 Chaos Gods and 9 Chaos Gods in 40k. What to do? What do you think?
From what I heard, Games Workshop is trying to expand the roster of the Chaos Gods from 4 to 8. Vashtor should be a new one. But I take a very big issue with that, because with the entirety of the point of the warp not obeying the laws of space and time, the moment a warp god is born, it has always existed. So how are we explaining that in the Horus Heresy? I'm pretty curious about it, because the series is over now. There is no space to introduce more Chaos Gods. Unless they go the only way they can go without fucking the entirety of the timeline, which is minor warp gods. So ones that aren't as powerful as the big 4, but still have power in the warp. But we're talking of Games Workshop here. They will find a way to fuck it up.
Yeah, you can't add more gods now. You can't. It's too late. It's not gonna work. They shouldn't do it. It'd be stupid. And that's why Games Workshop might do it. HK9410, a small donation from the Cigar Fund from me to you. Use it for all the Lumi Amal milking farm art commissions. Oh, and there we go. That's the second fund, so we need to show them the horse video. Okay. Okay, there we go. Protect your ears, chat. You're about to be exposed to something terrible.
I'm lowering the volume.
You should fuck a horse. Horses had to adapt to an environment filled with predators. Because of this, they ended up evolving to become quick shots. Horse sex lasts for around 10 seconds on average. This way, they barely had to waste time breeding, meaning they could go back to scout for said predators. Mares, however, didn't evolve the same way as stallions. In fact, there's a really big difference when it comes to reproductive organs between the two. A stallion's penis is on average 18 inches long. A mare's vagina, 5 to 8 inches deep. This goes back to what I said before. The point of horse sex is to breed as efficiently and as quickly as possible. The problem with this whole thing is that the stallion ends up satisfied, but the mare, not by a long shot. Mares are some of the most sexually repressed animals on the planet, and the only reason they tolerate being jammed with a cock like that is because of their extremely powerful heats. The pussy lips of a mare are very sensitive from all of the nerve endings located there, so even a dick considered small by human standards would be enough to get the mare off. There's also the fact that a mare's vagina is really freaking tight, but they have extreme muscle control over it, which is how they can accommodate a stallion's dick in the first place. This means that a mare's vagina circumference could shrink to about half the size of the average male's penis girth. However, size factor is also put into play. A mare's vagina is approximately 4 times bigger than a human female's vagina. This means a mare's vagina is prone to excrete far more denser high-temperature sexual fluids during intercourse. Additionally, because horse anatomy is modeled after natural evolution and horses are enact quick breeding sessions for maximum efficiency, a mare's vagina is capable of convulsing in certain patterns that quote-unquote suck. A horse's penis
God damn it, this is longer than I remember. They've added to it since. Holy shit.
I wonder how in the fuck did you find this in the first place?
I didn't find it. Boog came up to me one day. It's like, here.
Yeah,
We
if
found
somebody
the
was
longer
watching
version.
this, if somebody was watching this on speaker, good luck trying to explain this. You are probably better off putting on like a real porn video because it is easier to explain.
I would enjoy somebody who listens to this on the bus. They're just chilling out, traveling from A to B. You hear their speakers and you just hear like, oh, horses, vagina.
I will.
Are you ready to rut
My
this
God.
yellow mare's fluttery, buttery butt?
This was interesting info that I didn't need.
We need to make a custom version of this for ourselves. We can have Lum Lum be the horse. We can have an AI Lum Lum read out the whole thing.
No.
But then you have to make it about feet.
What about...
We add a whole minute while she's just talking about horse hooves.
No.
Adoman, Lum Lum, invite Leaflet. She might like feet. She might like feet.
You know what? I have been in contact with her, but I'll see if she'll want to come on sometime.
Inky Gaming, where can I find that Hassan dog clip? There's some people I need to subject it to.
Anywhere on Twitter or YouTube.
Well, no, this one. This one's unique to me. Only I possess this dog clip.
Is it the one that you sent me?
Yeah, I added in Hassan Piker's face to it. I love it.
You should post it on Twitter.
My favorite thing ever. Ray, how much to buy
POV,
Pio?
you decided to move for 1 second while Hassan is streaming.
How much to buy Pio from Pontius for a week?
Probably like 50 euros. We can just give you one of the clones.
Do I get some?
No.
Fuck.
Sandum, Dev has more integrity than Major Kill. Oh.
I always hear Dev like somebody shitting on this poor guy Dev. I don't even know who that is.
You ignorant
He's a
slut.
Canadian.
Oh, okay. Then it is deserved.
That was yet another well-timed you ignorant slut there from Lum Lum. Good. Ornu, speaking of elitism, Footfish, what are vampires in 40k?
What are vampires in 40k?
Yeah.
There's vampires in 40k?
Yeah. Space Marine vampires, even.
You ignorant slut.
Do you think they are called the Blood Angels for fun? Because their armor is red?
I was about to say, are those just the Blood Angels?
Yeah.
There's also, remember, was it Lorgar, the little fucking bitch boy? I think it was. There was a mention of vampires in 40k lore on one of the Primarch's origin worlds, like blood-sucking bat people, basically. But yes, normally that's just the Blood Angels when they get a little bit upset.
Yeah. To be honest, if we want to go for the worst ones, you are dealing with the Angels Vermilions. They are probably the worst vampires from the Blood Angels bloodline. And it is actually pretty fucking funny that the only reason why you can find it only in the fucking collector edition of the Dante's book. Only there. The story doesn't exist anywhere else but in that specific version of the book. The backstory of the Angels Vermilion.
Ornu, Pontius is far from an angry Italian. The Italians just talk like that. When the Italians are angry, they just begin as they mean to go on. With drawn steel.
Yeah, Pio see me angry. He can confirm that's not me angry. That's me annoyed.
It's very strange that that was not him being angry, and everyone thinks he's angry.
Everyone, oh my god, he's so angry. And then there is Pio. That's not even just like half of how he is when he's angry.
Krieger. Howdy, Pontius, Footfish. Arch, I saw Arch got a new sombrero. You need to get a bigger one with little bells. Maybe Boo can help you get a bigger one. Big ones. But why?
What about a fish sombrero instead?
A fish sombrero. But why?
Yeah. For the little for the little foot fish.
Ah, a little fish sombrero. Leo Thread, if the Emperor's Holy Inquisition had angry Italians in it, chaos would be finished in a week or two.
If the Inquisition had me on board, I would probably fall under the banner of the interrogators and torturers. Because, like, okay, we need to just interrogate this guy. We need to break this guy. Okay, 8 hours in uninterrupted of 40k lore.
Are you
He will speak, don't worry.
Yellow mare's fluttery buttery butt.
Or no? Yes, horses for the innocent Italians. That being said, isn't Winx Club the equivalent to the Bronies over in Bootland?
Yeah, but to be honest, I was more of a diabolic kind of animation. Like, there is very many Italian-produced cartoons, but to be honest, I always found the most unique diabolic. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It is a very good series. It even has an anime, so...
I think... So, the other one, that was a little bit of a cultural phenomenon in Europe. Winx Club, specifically also in Denmark. Enormous in Denmark for a few years. They tried to bring it back recently, and apparently it just completely and utterly failed and flopped again, so... Yay.
It's so bad. It is very bad. Animation quality, shit. Voice acting, shit. Redesigns, shit. It's...
But yeah, I'll send you a piece of art connected to Diabolic. It is pretty much a story about an Italian, in this case, a thief. So yeah, but yeah, I know that the Winx Club version they tried to remake failed. I don't know if they tried to remake Diabolic, but yeah. If you want to show it on screen, I sent it to you in chat.
Let's see.
It is even written by two sisters. So.
Ah, he's a furry. Weird,
but
but
he is called the Black Panther. So.
Yeah. I know a lot of people who call themselves shit like that. And none of them are people I would ever invite over. Ornu, yes, horses for the innocent Italians. I read that one. Lum, how dare you? Solid Lich, massive moo Lester, your honor. I only destined 4% of the miners. I led with 3 candidates, signs of the side of my windowless white van by the park. Nate J, why not mention that he is a Nepo baby? His mum is a shark on Shark Tank Australia. Explains so much about him. Oh.
The mother of Major Kill is a shark on Shark Tank Australia? Oh, so that's why he grew up as an asshole.
Ah, well, that does explain quite a bit, yes. Hound of Ill Omens, cancel culture, do not speak the ancient words to me, boy. I was there when they were written. Unironically, that's kind of how I feel, yes. The boxed retroist, who is the burb on the Italian head? Also, I blame you, Arch, for getting me into 40k. Been a viewer for years, so screw you for making me love 40k. You're welcome. You came in just as it started to die. That's the next anyone. Hey, Lumi, did you show Arch the link? I sent you, and I saw Tron Ares last night. It was bad, like Jared Leto fanfiction with Asian girl boss bad.
Jesus,
yes, I sent it
that's
to
pretty
Arch.
bad.
I didn't even like the original Tron movies, so god damn it. I need another pastry now.
Sleepy.
I didn't watch any of them.
Alex Roberts, I'm a semi-rare Zoomer, 24, who has ADHD but still demands long-form content. There is a market, I swear.
Oh, don't worry, I'm 26. Pio, how old are you?
19.
Okay, good.
That's pretty illegal.
Well, he's not my boyfriend. If anything, he's my slave.
I don't know if that's worse.
Tomato, tomato.
No, it is not. No, it is not because it is Pio. Pio doesn't
Not
fall
my
under.
boyfriend, he's my slave.
He doesn't fall under it because he is Pio. He technically is not considered human.
This conversation is going in a really bad way.
No, but we have known each other for very many years, and yeah.
No one. Methinks he didn't Google the law contest. He ChatGPT'd it. Nolly, on the note of Warhammer books, Arch, where do you go for good Warhammer books? Audiobooks, if available. I tried to buy and download Hunter's Bounty from Black Library, my first and last purchase, then considering it won't download. Preventions Fund. I've ordered all of mine. The only... You know where I found the audiobook versions that would download effectively and were good quality?
Reddit.
No, I'm older than that.
Okay.
It's a site that starts with P and ends with Bay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was by far the easiest way. They're like, oh, you want the audiobooks? Yep. Did you try Black Library? Uh-huh. Was it a pain in the ass? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, well, I've already paid for the book, so fuck you. Mercenaries 31, major kill using AI to digest the whole thing. Give me a summary. Vladimir Dragonov, I thought you said the orb was Yuvath. I might have. It's been so long. I think I mentioned both of them, because it's an Umbrael exterior, Yuvath interior.
I mean, technically, not even that, because when you go and look at a UVAT using its powers, the interior looks mostly like crystals,
yes,
pretty much
crystals.
focusing warp energies. But in the Astartes series, they are not even that. From what we see, they are mostly made from a material that seems almost like mercury, because they even start absorbing the marines. So...
Ben, to Second Krieger, what happened to the Yuvath idea? To Second Krieger? I think that was that the one I did? I did a video on it years ago.
I think you covered it as the UVAT, yeah.
There you go. My own confusion about my own ideas. Lay off the red. I'm trying to decide if Major Kill is an agent of Slanesh, Zinch, or Khorne. Why not all?
No, to be honest, you need to have honor to be of Khorne, so he cannot be part of Khorne.
I mean, he's mostly Slanesh.
Yeah, he's mostly Slanesh with all the peddling of porn, so...
Could probably even beat Zinch because he's going against even himself.
Yeah, just sabotaging his own arguments.
How much for a one-page rule law video? Their official law is available on Drive-Thru RPG for $15. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. Krieger, indeed the 40k artists versus the 40k tourists. Let Lumi be nice, Arch. No. Makes my skin crawl. I don't like it.
So you prefer me to just bully you all the time?
Yes.
Maybe as a kink.
I mean, have you seen the type of women he's into?
To be honest, no, because I'm not a psycho.
Night Hydra 1, Hail Arch Pontius. Quick low question on laser weapons. How do theirs compare to laser weapons of Fallout? Also, how does the power armor of Fallout compare to power armor Inquisitors use? I do not know enough about Fallout to answer that.
Laser lenses, removing that when you're speaking of lens, you are speaking of starship weaponry. So it is pretty much a giant las cannon, more like an orbital laser being used to fight on lens batteries in space. But technically, when you go about the power armors being used in Fallout versus the power armors used in 40k by Inquisitors, Inquisitors win every single time. The power armors used by Inquisitors have probably the same response time as the exoskeletons that are used in Fallout, because remember, they are pretty much exoskeletons. They are not connected to the neural system in neither case, but the power armors of the Inquisitors are actually much higher quality because they use adamantium, ceramite, plus steel. Generally, they are much more resistant than the one in Fallout, because the ones in Fallout were made for human war in Fallout. The one in 40k are made for war in 40k, so...
Krieger, the Umbra live in the warp but are material. They're more like enslavers or Psychunian. I read on how that was pronounced at one point. Those are funny. I like those. Rather than demons, Uvarth are a Xenos race built in warp sorcery and Meltech, no warp entities. Nolly, they won't thank you because they don't understand how close to destruction they came. I believe the quote went, that is what best describe people? Your arch who sacrificed fortune and growth to keep the art pure. For new people like me. Thank you. You're welcome. And don't thank me yet. I still think 40k is probably going to die. Ratmaster Packlord, Major D-Bag. The first time I heard his sister little voice was the Angel of Death dub. I've been disgusted ever since. Chicken and Waffles Fund.
Yeah, the dub of Angels of Death was not that good, to be honest. I am vengeance, I am wrath, I am death! I didn't probably even know your quality than it was in the original series.
Thomas Burian, Pontius, where did the name Danny Fortuna come from? Will you share the lore and how it was created?
Very many people ask me about that. I always leave a doubt about it, mainly because I don't want people having a lock-in in one way or the other. But it is technically the name I use on Facebook to manage heresy posting and pretty much post under and such. I never said it is my real name. I never said it is not my real name. I always left people in doubt because if it is my real name, I don't want people bothering me about it. If it isn't, I don't want people looking for my real name. So it just came out of that, the fact that it is the name I use on Facebook. Real, not real, nobody knows.
His actual name is Fanny Dortuna.
Flortuna.
The Flortuna.
Or just Tuna.
Just Tuna. The Tuna Man.
Shadow Walker, Hail Arch, Lumi, Pontius, and Pio. Hope y'all are doing good, Arch. Put this towards any fund you want. Question for Pontius, will you make a Chaos God video?
I might at some point. The problem is that when I make a video of this kind, I usually like to be as thorough as possible, even if it is a beginner's video. It happened with the video What is a Space Marine? But yeah, we'll probably cover it one day after we are done with this next video on the Wars for Armageddon. We program of doing the second video on the What is YouTube series, which will be on the Imperial Guard. So after we're done Marines, now we do the Imperial Guard.
Sandoom, I love the Uvarth and their Whisper ships. The ships that mind-control and drive planets insane. Personally believe that the Uvarth capital ship was mixed into the Space Hulk. The Unhallowed Heart. That's a good one, I like that.
Yeah,
Tanushi.
the Unallowed Heart, it was never explained why it was sending everyone why everyone was falling to madness because it was just passing. Because normally, Space Hulks don't do that. So yeah, it is possible.
Tanushi, on a stream a few weeks ago, there's a topic about ships. Someone made a joke about inflation. Blowfish inflated themselves as a defense mechanism.
Poor Lum.
Lum inflates herself as an offense mechanism.
No.
Or maybe she does in a getting fatter mechanism because she eats a lot. No, I'm joking. I don't even know how Lum looks. So
she's explained that she is so solid, she is so vast, so massive, so dense, she sets off car alarms by going near them.
I just said that I have thick thighs and it sucks. Because jeans never survive very long because holes just get created on my inner thighs. It sucks, but that's why I like my leggings that I have because they won't rub holes.
Why for a second I imagined a female version of Nikocado Avocado when he was still fat.
Ew. I've said multiple times before, if I ever got fat, I would kill myself.
Diego Flores, step closer to the Twilight video. That's right. Chat has never... I think chat threatened me with a Twilight fund at one point, where I needed to watch all of the Twilight videos and do reviews on them. That never manifested, and I'm happy for that.
I mean, to be honest, you could have used that, but put like the reward incredibly high. Like, it is a meme in the community, at least in mine, because of the Horus Heresy, because everyone was like, cover the Horus Heresy, cover the Horus Heresy, and I'm like, guys, it is more than 60 books at this point. It is probably more in the hundreds because of those short stories, primary books, standalone stuff and such. And I'm like, okay, I will do it. Once the Patreon gets at 10,000 euros per month, and I can do this full time while living comfortably, at that point I will do it. But I hope it never does, because my life will become the Horus Heresy.
Boog, show the Brazilian pizza to the Italians. No.
I know what it is and I don't like it. Don't worry. Not even pure.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it is shit usually. Usually it is the pineapple one, but yeah.
That's the Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Diego
It makes
Flores.
up for a good 34% of the sales of pizzas in Australia. So yeah.
An Italian civilian civil war because of sauce? Yes.
It is usually how wars start in Italy, yeah.
Yes.
Johnson Smith, ask the Italian about food and you begin understanding why uniting Italy was so hard.
Yep. We are not united even now. There is a lot of racism between regions.
And between me and Danny, a lot.
Yeah. He is of the north, I am of the south. I'm technically superior, so.
Oh, that's the contrary. But...
the north are not superior. Just for how it is colder, so fuck you.
Thomas Booty and Arch, thank you for the years and years of great videos. I know your Horus Heresy breakdown almost by heart, and I was bummed out when you stopped, but I see your point about being burned out on it. Yeah, and it took so long too. God, those things. Old Grumbler, Arch, watch Hate Monger's new sermon released today. I am watching all of the stuff next week. All of it. I believe it'll be fun. Vladimir Dragunov, what does the Italian think of the guy who told the ship captain Vada a bordo caso?
It was Vada bordo cazzo, and it is...
No, it's Vada a bordo caso.
No, I read that comment. It is wrongly written. In Italian, it is an Italian phrase that is vada a bordo cazzo, which is pretty much... It was used during the Costa Concordia incident, and it was being yelled at Captain Schettino because he got off the ship first, when by rules of our own navy, you get off the ship fucking last. And when his superiors got wind of it, he got pretty much in a radio call with them, and one of them was like, shut the fuck up and get on board the fucking ship. And in Italian it was vada bordo cazzo.
He had to save the survivors, and he said for justification, you know that here is dark, right?
Yeah,
he was like yelling, what the
ship.
fuck does that mean? Go fucking tell me how many people are there?
Yeah, pretty much his main duty was saving the survivors. Very many, I think like a good dozen people died in that accident. And he got off the ship, and his main justification was like, oh yeah, but it is dark here. And the guy wanted to kill. You could hear the homicidal intent of the guy on the radio. I think if the guy was there, he would have strangled Captain Schettino.
Rightfully so.
Are you ready to let this yellow mare's fluttery buttery butt?
Synothium 15. Tell Pontius about how CA had issued an official apology to you. Oh, well, they didn't. If somebody has been offended by our anchor calling Arch Warhammer a dickhead, then we're very sorry about that. They never did apologize for that.
Jesus.
Not directly.
This is why people lose faith in this kind of in this kind of creation houses.
Alex Blackman, hail the heresy poster and Arch, keepers of the gates, defy the tourist, woke as ephemerine defenders. All of them, they're bad.
Yeah.
Legion 84th Grand Battalion Cataphracts. Sorry, Pontius, I know you have events for the new people, but what was the main bolter pattern during the Great Crusade?
It really depends where you're looking at. There were very many patterns during the Great Crusade, like the Tigris pattern that was around for a while, which I don't understand why the fuck it was made, because it even used a lower caliber. But I think the main pattern usually that was used, removing the relic ones, was still the Godwin pattern bolter, which is the one even in use today. So, well, before the bolt rifle and the fucking Primaris, but yeah, you get my point. I love this picture. It actually looks even more squishy than the last ones. This should be a plushie, Lum. Get to it.
Yeah, Lum. Why haven't you done anything with this yet?
It was just made.
How are you so slow?
Yeah, well, I agree on that.
Sombreros should not be included.
Yeah, you should sell that to the side. Do a bit of marketing.
Yes.
I mean, I am now with a merch company that it does do plushies. So
Yeah,
think about it.
I have to tell me the name of the merch company you use for shirts and such, because my main graphic designer wants to know it, because we need to start making merch. Mainly focusing around the PO and his day-to-day sufferance. But yeah, it will be good merch.
I mean, if you make the transition over to VTuber, then yes.
I'm a PNG tuber. I'm fine like this, and even then, PO in 3D version will look very weird. PO in 3D version will look very weird.
I would love to be a.
It's close enough, because as a lot of people say, PNG tubers are VTubers too. Blah 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 blah. I'll forward you their info.
Okay, good. No, I'm technically we are PNG tubers, which is the superior version.
Would love to be a VTuber with my 3D avatar looking weird, just banging sometimes.
You just have 3D depressed PO playing something and just looking in front of himself.
Okay, but we need 3D PO in VR chat and just watch him float along the ground.
Not even floating, like he does small jumps when he walks. That's how it works.
Oh, like the fucking Mii's during the Wii days.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or just moving around like a worm.
Yes.
He just rolls. Pio just gets to the side and rolls. Then he gets up like one of those air balloons that you cannot knock down. When you knock it down, it gets back up.
Mark 99, the flood from Halo versus Skaven. How screwed is everyone else? Very. As is the Skaven, honestly. I don't think they'd do very well.
Yeah,
Diego Flores.
I don't think the flood will be stopped by the Skaven, to be honest.
Have you seen the StarCraft release a miniature game?
A what?
I wish nothing but failure upon Blizzard.
Yeah, same.
Dr. Freak Ball, what books should I start with? Cyphers Kane. Which is how you pronounce it. Technically, it's Cyphers Kane, but that's wrong.
Yeah, I hate the correct pronunciation of some stuff. It is like, it is technically pronounced Katakan. Hell will freeze before I pronounce it Katakan. Katachan is actually a lot more badass.
Max the Red 92. Okay, Lum, time to disappoint Arch again. Who navigates the Imperial ships through the warp?
Psyker?
That's partially correct.
A super special Psyker?
They're aptly named the Navigators, so yeah.
Yay, I was partially correct.
Diego Flores. Pontius, what is the most southern Italian Pokemon? Pio, same question for northern Italy.
Southern Italian Pokemon, seeing the amount of pollution and even radiation we have in some places in the south, because we have a place that is so fucking irradiated called Terra dei Fuochi, which is pretty much the land of fires, which is emitting radiations and such, and even contaminating stuff. I will say the Slug is probably the most southern Pokemon.
I don't know Pokemons.
But no, northern Pokemons, to be honest, is probably Mr. Mime, just because they try to mimic everything that is good of the south.
Trick or treat. Can I smell your feet?
Non-Vita Rex. Hello all. Arch, have you considered doing a lore video regarding the Imperium spaceports? Would that be too boring and or short lore subject? Well, they are ports in space. Except
Yeah,
boats.
this is pretty much the entire thing. What is the lore? They can let ships attach themselves to them. That's the entire lore.
Boog, do the Italians watch anime, subbed or dubbed?
Usually Italians at this point watch it subbed, but we have a company that is called Mediaset, which is pretty much our main provider for TV channels that for the longest of times has bought a lot of animes from Japan and such and dubbed them in Italian. Some of them are actually superior in Italian than in their original language, but the majority of them in Italian are complete and utter trash. The worst offender, to be honest, was the dub of Neon Genesis Evangelion, overseen by a very infamous producer and dubber of Italy called Gualtiero Cannarsi. The guy was pretty much the major heel of the dubbing world. And but to be honest, I find worse even the dub given to Attack on Titan because it is very shitty. But for example, Death Note, I have spoken with various Japanese people and actually suggested they watch it in Italian with subtitles. Fuck, they find it better in Italian than in Japanese. This is actually incredible. The dub of Death Note is the best one Italy has ever produced.
MS61, I know how you feel, Pontius, about truth. Same here. The DC Titan, you successfully urinated. Do you unsuccessfully urinate at times? You should get that looked at. Yes, sometimes. Every now and then, I think like, why don't I just stand and pee? And then I learn, it's because the beam heads in different directions every time. That's an unsuccessful pee.
That sounds like a medical issue you need to have looked at.
How in the fuck do you fail to pee? You should check with like your prostate.
Go to the doctor, Arch.
Well, the pee comes out, but it always comes out at a different angle. Usually at a severe angle.
Practice your fucking aim then.
Arch, that's the best part.
Well, you can
Arch,
aim.
that's the gambling of it.
You don't know where the beam's gonna go. That's more gambling than aiming.
Surprise pissing.
At that point, you've already peed up the walls. Like, okay, well, shit. Might as well.
Arch, please, go to the doctor.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. That's the fun of it.
At least know that, like, you know, if you're gonna die soon, then you can just sign over all of the channel revenue over to my bank account.
And chat too is like, hey, no. As a young Arch, I never knew which way to pee. Like, I have stories of myself standing pissing outside at fucking summer camp, and the pee just comes out at a straight right angle. Just whoop.
Correct the fucking aim. Fix your aims.
Well, I do. I then moved sideways so I could pee up against the tree like I was intending to do.
What is it, like a fucking sniper when you need to adjust the scope?
Yes, I turn my entire body.
When I was when I was younger, I only peed outside and just killed my entire fucking yard. There was no fucking...
Jesus Christ, what the fuck were you peeing? Acid?
I don't know, we just killed all the plants around there.
Jesus. Well, we can all agree though on the basic rules of how it works to exploit our bodily functions. Not all PP times are poo-poo times, but every poo-poo time is also PP time. So
you're so wise.
Oh, Italian of the south of Italy, what wisdom do you bring us today?
The Wolf Marshal, the Blowflesh Lumi needs feet. Morning Glory Lumi art.
This one has feet.
My next anyone, I saw Tron Ares last night. Twilight vids, nothing. So true, Twilight, so true. Spook. Vladimir Dragonov, how much to pay you to stop that video now?
It was the video of the My Little Pony thing. So a bit late for that.
Nolly, gestures to Twilight. See, Peel, even when you're not in a Pontius video, you can't escape the Ussi presentation. There's no escape. Revengeance Fund.
You do realize that we interact even outside of the videos, so it's not escaping that period.
Yeah, I'm always trapped.
Doctor, it's been on for 6 months. Arch, that was a war crime. Seize immediately. I used to torture ants by peeing on their nests. I never know why I did that. It seemed like a good idea. It'll, annoy them.
Too much pee.
Mr. Iceland, too. Eastland, number 8, Milk Farm Fun. So happy to see Anger, Italian man. Hiccups. Iceland, distant 5th. Iceland, barely Scandinavian. Iceland, part of Britain. Alan Vang. Arch, why did GW stop using Crimson Fists as the Poison Boys and replace them with Codex-loving Ultra-Smurfs? Please share us your wisdom. Because there's too many fucking Spaniards in the Crimson Fist, and they started attracting brown people to their audience, and the brown people didn't have any money. That's why. Ben, in Mauritius, when you make an Italian dish with mozzarella, the local palate finds it a bit bland, and ergo doubling the amount of cheese by adding medium-sharp cheddar to it.
Cheddar is not a cheese we use in Italy at all. So
my cheese is white.
Find. Yeah, ours too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be honest, to say mozzarella is bland, yeah, it might be, but it depends what you are eating it with. If you are eating just normal mozzarella, put some oil, some salt on it, and if you want like some pepper or some vinegar, and it will be pretty good.
Mr. Iceland 2, Storeste Land i Heimen. No. Alex Hansen, the Archers check out Master and Commander. It's made by Shy Historian. Open beta is out now, and it's a lot of fun. Been playing it all day. I've heard good things. I probably will check it out. Mr. 61, Diaboli, as in the MST3K movie episode. Lieutenant Noggs, well, you funny pizza man and funny smaller pizza man, you got a new sub, Footfic. Hey, Franz Vadia.
Oh, thank you, appreciate it. If you could join our Patreon also, because this is a super chat, so you're throwing money to Arch, throw money to us too. I'm joking.
You better be. Vladimir Dragonov, who would you cast to play the Emperor in a live-action 40k media, and why would it be Nicolas Cage? It wouldn't. I would cast a light bulb. That's what. One of those light bulbs they use to illuminate fucking IMAX movies. You shouldn't see shit. It's just glorious burning light.
to be honest, let's be real. If it is like an adaptation made in this day and age, even if it isn't Netflix, the main actor taken to be the Emperor of Mankind will most probably be black, and if not black, it's a woman. So
No, you don't understand. You got to remember who's the hot man in Hollywood right now. The Emperor would clearly be Pedro Pascal.
Yeah,
you go in the other room, Lum. Never come here again.
No, Furlano.
He's not even in another room. You just kicked them.
Because Pedro Pascal has to star in literally everything, or he doesn't feel good for that week that it doesn't work.
Chuck Bronson, hail Arch, Lum and Angry Italian. I thoroughly your conquest of Cronus. How much for Soulstorm Sisters run? I don't know how long that is. I don't know now. I have no idea. Crypto Hylon Terror. Yo, it's me, the guy who rebooted TTS. Love your work, and I enjoy my good buddy Pontius.
Yeah, we worked together. We did even a cameo in one of his videos.
You were together. I see. Well, it is National Coming Out Day today, so congratulations.
I have lost. Shit.
James Kuhn, hello everyone, just letting you know, if you hear about a game called Systemic War, it's like Heart of Fire and 4, just modern, and a strategy ship game. It's a demo Steam, if you're curious. I do need to check that out, yes, because I've seen bits and pieces of it, and it looks cool.
Are you ready to rut?
Vladimir Trino, is it Zir or Kaisar? Kaisar. Kaisar, definitely. Tanushi, if you want to suffer through absolute atrocious dubs, then the one I'd suggest for that brand of suffering is the first Finnish dub of Digimon.
There is a Finnish dub of Digimon? What?
I kind of want to watch that now. But we all did that. We all dubbed our fucking dumbass cartoon shows in our local languages, and it was always idiotic.
You ignorant slut.
Yeah.
It was always cringe, and it's always painful. But that's fine, you know. Sometimes pain is good for you. Nasco Nikolov, hi Danny, Arch, Lumi and Pio. To ask Dan and Pio, have you been to Florence? And what do you know about Calcio Storico Fiorentino, the Italian death football? Count Dankula made a video on it.
Yeah, Pio is from the north, so he probably went. Pio, have you been to Florence?
Yes.
Okay. What do
First
you know
time I went to I'm still in contact with the Florence. The first time I went there, I was like, oh my god, like in Assassin's Creed 2.
And what do you know about their death football?
I know a little bit about it. It seems pretty cool.
Okay, explain what you know then. That was the question.
Almost nothing, but seemed cool.
Oh, okay, perfect. That's the best you can get from a PO. You see why he's relegated to Cohost.
I don't know that much. I went to Florence once and I was like 6.
Okay, still. Skill issue.
I know.
The Disney Titan. Art, I require an aimbot to pee. No, I tried that. Still didn't work.
Aimbots are good for headshots, but he was in the bathroom alone, so he wasn't shotting himself.
Well, no, that was the problem. I had the aimbot in the bathroom with me, and he was shit at it. Ben, Art, can Estonia into Scandinavia? No. No one. Art is lying. Everyone knows Norwegian cheese is brown. Only our goat cheese. Vladimir Dragonov, is London's favorite monster Bigfoot? Yes.
No.
Weird. Why not do a mass team up for what is 40k? What memes and Yumi and Legal Mindset? Did you know Legal Mindset is a 40k fan, Pontius?
Fuck, I will be interested in having him, like I'm talking with him now if he's into 40k. We can discuss the intricacies of Imperial law. We will probably never be done, but we could do that.
Book of Judgment.
The Book of Judgment.
Next, one Pedro Pascal or Jared Leto as Emperor of Mankind? I'll take Leto over Pedro Pascal, but just barely.
To be honest, Jared Leto is a bit worse, though. He's literally pretty much the head of a fucking cult. Pedro Pascal is fucking annoying, and I find him weak as fuck, but at least he's not an asshole like Jared Leto.
Okay, but at least for Jared Leto, he researches his role sometimes a little too much, like when he was playing the Joker. Like, he gets way into character to the point where he reflects it in real life.
The problem is that he became, if his research led to that Joker, his research is fucking shit. Literally spelling it out in the movie. Oh yeah, I'm an idea. What the fuck? The point that Joker is an idea is one of the main traits of his characters, but he doesn't think of himself as a fucking idea. Jesus.
Jared Leto, Pedro Pascal. I want Jack Black just for the meme.
If he can be Steve, he can be the Emperor.
Yes.
No, it should obviously be Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Well, the personality fits. The Emperor had 27 million personalities and didn't show even one. He was just pretty much a rock. So,
Ben, Dev for Emperor. Both are Reddit atheists.
Buttery butt.
Strag Steel Tusk, do either of you have or have plans to make a video on the recent 8 Gods of Chaos topics? No, it's done. If they do it, I'll yell at them for it.
Neither. No, I don't. If it will happen, it's not happening soon. Our videos take a lot to make, and if I don't like a topic, they take double to make. So,
Scarfy the Strange, if you do that, an anthill in the Philippines, a Nusa Punso will pop out and spit on you. There you go. Cosmic Cat, the French dub of Hokuto no Ken was legendarily ass. They made it bad on purpose as a form of soft censorship. Pretty much every dialogue was turned into slapstick comedy. Also Metal Gear Solid Revengeance. Lum, when are you playing Aliens?
They pulled that for kids. They
am I
pulled that for
playing
kids.
Alien?
Yeah. When are you playing Aliens, Lum?
At some point?
We need the squeaking.
Tomorrow, Lum.
Tomorrow we have Barrow
Nothing.
Trauma.
No.
We're not doing Barrow Trauma tomorrow?
Well, Bread is traitoring because he's going to go to National Going Out of the Closet Day in Canada, and Boog
Okay,
too
so Arch.
is going to work.
Okay, Arch. Does this mean tomorrow you're gonna do your monthly members only stream? Since you
Probably.
have no reason to not do it because we're not doing Barrow Trauma, Arch?
Conceivably.
Schedule your stream before you go to bed tonight, Arch.
Maybe.
There is some tone left in this passive aggressiveness.
Kelda. Arch, you need to get Craig on ArchCast again. Possibly Blabs too. Show them the baby catapult. Also put the Streamlab link on Kick since you aren't streaming on Rumble anymore. Maybe. And Banana Nanaman. Hey man, when you gonna mention the TTS reboot? Is there a reboot?
Yeah, there is a reboot, and the author was actually in chat. Is the one that actually said, "I'm the guy that rebooted TTS."
Oh, there you go. Marksman. Ponty is going to edit the horse video to be about Necrons now. P.O. suffers. For Friendship Fund, we should be optioned for a second fund to have Lumi read that game to you. She's going to read about milking bulls. Do it, Lumi. Embrace the hoof.
So you're pushing her into becoming a Tau fan. They have hooves, so.
Filthy, Lum. Filthy.
What'd I do?
Vladimir Dragno. Prime Christopher Lee for Emperor of Mankind. No. And Boog. Futa with balls or without?
Without it looks weird.
A controversial take. Lum, do you prefer the balls? Of course you prefer the balls. That's where you get the cum cookies from.
Oh my god.
Poor Lam always ends up being the one bullied. See?
You know,
Pio, this is you.
like-
I know I am.
Man, I just look in a mirror and it's just Pio looking back at me.
Also, hold on. So you're stood in front of a woman with an enormous, 30-inch cock. And your primary objection to this scenario is, she doesn't have balls. It looks weird. So you're quite accustomed to women with dicks.
No, not really, but I've followed a lot of artists that have delved into this topic. Again, I follow some of this art, and every time I've seen it without, that has been very fucking weird. So.
I don't know about that. Although I still need to get White to draw Futa. I've threatened him with that on repeated occasions now. Let's see. Ah, yes. See, White has been doing very well recently. He did Space King. So we're going to do that next week. And the Space King art looks pretty damn good. Pretty good. Where was it? Oh, I sent it to Lum.
Are you gonna show the milking farm thumbnail, Arch?
Thinking about it, but I think I'll hold that a little bit longer. It'll be a surprise for them.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be more bothersome. Nasko Nikolov Archery, the Eye of Argon on stream. It'll be hilarious. You can invite Gibbs, Sargon, and Shad to read with you. Eye of Argon. And Strag Steeltusk at the very end. Each of you, your favorite trait of Legion and why? Night Lords, because Sevatar is funny.
To be honest, Iron Warriors, because I can appreciate their entire approach to being the most logical assholes around in the end. Like, yeah, they are assholes, but still, they are the most logical ones of all the legions. And to be honest, I always like their way of pretty much destroying any kind of fortification, infiltrating any kind of fortress. They're good. Top for you, Pio?
Same for the Iron Warriors and the Night Lords.
Because Pio likes cock and balls torture, but okay.
And you, Lum Lum. What's your favorite trait of Legion, Lum Lum?
Haven't looked into them a lot, but the
The
ones that I've
Emperor's children,
seen the
because they torture feet? Wow, Lum Lum. How very stereotypical of you.
What?
Well, chat,
You know-
that was pretty predictable, but still.
What? No matter what I say, Arch would just say, "Oh yeah, you're right. You're right, Lum Lum. You mean this one?" And then that would just be my narrative forever. At this point,
at least it's not the word bearers, so you are not on the worst case scenario.
my actual answer was gonna be the World Eaters because they seem neat.
Because like me, they expel blood, but I do it only once a month. They do it constantly.
And with that, we have covered all of the super chats. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for hanging out today. Thank you for all of your very generous donations. And I will see you all again, not tomorrow. And not a Monday either, because those are Sargon days.
Based.
But on Tuesday, chat, you must stay happy until then. It's very important.
It's an order.
I will never be happy.
You don't count, Pio.
Oh.
Until then, chat, have a good day.
Have a good night.
Bye.